Okay.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so quick recap on that past little bit. We gave our normal shout outs for the night to him, you are Stewie, Ike Ironlegs, Lady Delin, Lexi Charisma, and Goran for the support to the channel. The party last time did a whole bunch of walking, killed a whole bunch of things, and then rested in their Lehman's tiny hut.
And apparently talked to some fungus.
Yep. Talked their way out of fighting with some yellow fungus, had themselves a nice nap, and are proceeding back down the tunnel. Currently, they are at a cave-in that's about waist high at a set of stairwells.
And we're debating on whether we should clear it out or crawl through.
Now, it does have a good 3, maybe 4 feet above the rubble of open space.
Ah, even I can fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you guys. If you want to crawl over, I'll crawl over, but I think we should let, the muscle remove it.
That would be me and Kai, I think.
Well, it comes down to how fast are we going to need to come back this way, and we'll only having the.
Can I send my raven through first to see what's waiting for us on the other side?
That is a fair consideration, and yes.
All right, so going with that. Your raven flies up the stairwell, which leads into a hallway that heads down a corridor and takes a sharp turn into a short 3-foot stairwell continuing up. It exits into a room containing 3 stone caskets that lie shattered. The remains of dwarven skeletons and bronze plate mail have been left scattered across the room. Near one of those broken caskets is another stairwell down.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, down.
Seems like we're still playing catch up to the people, to those in front of us.
Oh, we're good at that. So I think being able to have a hasty exit in case this thing goes south, which it probably will.
You're more heading east at the moment.
Okay, well, in case this thing
I can't
makes us go west.
So I will spend some time clearing out. Anyone who wants to help is welcome.
I will give the traditional Drow advice.
And then you're going
be a peasant thing?
Yes, things like
No, use leverage.
What was that, Kazon?
Doesn't he have the ability to shape earth? I've seen him hide behind his earthen whelpedness before.
If it's loose dirt, I can't move solid stone. I think it specifically says in the rule it has to be loose dirt.
If only there were a way to look that
Even
up.
I'm looking it up
in
now.
your power, you are a
Ding!
whelpling.
I just think it's funny because I took that specifically to create portable wall, and we're so rarely in a place where I can actually use it.
Portion of dirt or stone. You can do it, Draho.
It is loose.
So it's not technically manual labor.
Oh, well then, yeah. I can move it 5 feet at a time.
5 feet every 6 seconds. So I'll race you.
I mean, yeah, if I can move the stone, then yes, I will, as you're trying to move one rock, just very casually shuffle a hallway.
What do you mean one rock?
Well, you're probably moving the big ones first.
First of all, each of the boulders I'm moving weighs more than you do. Second of all...
That's fine. I mean, I could really be a jerk and just move, like, thumb-sized pebbles with my magic while you do the real lifting.
Hold on. You're saying that as if you're not always really, really a jerk.
Just saying. I could be saying I'm helping and just moving pebbles around.
Look, point is, this is for the party, so you do your part, I'll do mine.
Aizen's working while they're arguing.
I'm working while I'm arguing, too.
I'm working. I'm just not really focusing on it because it's a cantrip, and I can do that crap in my sleep.
But you don't sleep.
That's why I can do it.
But you just lied.
And I'm going to have the Raven hang out on the other side of this.
Okay.
So when whatever's ahead of us hears all the noise we're making and comes back to set a trap, we'll know that that's going to happen.
All right. So it takes you guys a little bit to get through that rubble, but eventually you make a much more clear path to kind of get on through.
Okay. And I will go first. And since we know there's undeadies about, shield and mace o disruption.
Okay. So you guys get up into that specific room, and you can see that some of the dwarves, the skeletons, they're wearing bronzed plate mail, and there are 2 bronzed battle axes and a single bronzed longsword that are somewhat close to those corpses.
Why do I feel like armed corpses are just a setup?
I mean, there were also 3 caskets, so I have an idea that someone's welcome to veto. How about 3 of us each pick one of those weapons, and on the count of 3, we each grab one and throw them out the room. So that way, if they do animate, they don't have them.
Or we could just pick up the bodies, put them in the sarcophaguses, and close them.
I mean, there's that, but they might struggle, and they're less, going to be less of a struggle if they're not holding weapons. I'm just saying.
Not if putting them back in the caskets, putting them back to rest.
These plans aren't mutually exclusive.
I think you guys should play with the dead bodies while I stand back here and try not to get anything on me.
Oh, did you say the caskets were smashed or they're just open and tossed?
They lie shattered.
Like the whole casket, or just like the lid?
Like most of it. Like if you were to take, say, Ark's large maul and have him bust a casket open. So a good...
So more than one casting of mending.
Yep.
A lot more than one casting of mending.
We're going to be here a minute.
A minute.
But
It takes a minute to do like 3 feet with that.
You knew what I meant, Draho.
the dead, the deceased dwarves are like intact skeletal bodies and armor.
For the most part, the armor seems to have been set in a locked position, almost if they were set it like it was on an armor stand. But the bodies are still within. You can see the kind of skeletal vision behind the mask.
What I'm getting at is the destruction to the sarcophagus does not relate to a exploding distribution of remains around the room.
Correct. So give me either an investigation or survival.
Oh.
Investigation.
Or survival, which survival I'm fair at. And that'd be 12 for survival.
Draho with a nat 1.
I am way too busy trying to avoid getting undead stuff on me. Or dead. I don't know if they're undead yet.
There we go.
I
That'll
guess it's
do, Kai.
unfair to call them dead.
So, Kai, you think that the destruction here was fairly recent. Much of the dust on the walls and the ceiling doesn't really match the floor.
My question is, does it look like somebody smashed? Does somebody look like they smashed these in an attempt to get into the sarcophagus? Or does it look like the sarcophagus got smashed so that the contents could get out?
Definitely looks more like an outward strike than an inward. You can see some of the rubble from the casket lying within. And with that, Misaki, you'd also notice that, there are perhaps several dozen boot shapes that can be seen. But they've been kind of pacing the general tread all over the room, so you can't quite be sure of the number. Though you are certain that several have large, massive clawed feet that have left really heavy packing in the dirt floor.
These seem to be like our friends, as
Yes.
I point out.
Bigger.
The
They were both masters of the craft.
like
This one was not left-handed.
like the you said bigger, so the feet are bigger than the dragon things that we've been dealing with.
Correct. About 2, maybe 3 times the size of what you would assume a bass foot would be.
Like,
So they're large or possibly huge.
I point that out. I'm like, something really, really big. There's one set of these that appear to be multiple sets?
You figure that there are definitely multiple sets. Numbers are hard to make out, but you can definitely get a distinction between at least 4 sets of them.
How big are we talking? Undead dragon, purple worm, mecha with gnome in it? Like, we fought a lot of big things. Give me
First
some...
of all, purple worms don't have feet.
I just mean size-wise, because we fought
Hybrid
things
form.
along a very large size gap. I'm trying to imagine how big this thing would be in comparison to, let's say, a gnome robot.
This foot would probably be somewhere between 24 and 36 inches in length.
Okay.
So fairly massive.
And
it's leaving
big.
A huge kind of foot imprint in what seems to be fairly packed dirt.
I heard a very
It's basically the height of a halfling.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Stop making Kibble nervous.
How big are these rooms, height-wise?
Roughly about 2 to 3 stories in height, though fairly small in this particular section, holding only the 3 caskets that were initially in kind of wall niches, but have been pulled out and then smashed into.
Okay. So these 3 were like, these would have been socketed into the wall?
Correct.
Before? They weren't just like, okay, so there's more that haven't been touched?
No, those are the only 3 in this particular room.
Okay.
Sounds like somebody's hunting for something. And the big footprint is being used to yank things out of the walls, probably.
Or it might have just trampled whatever was in here. Or maybe something can shapeshift.
It got bigger.
Maybe.
You get bigger, I get smaller.
We'll just... is there any writing on the wall or on the shards of casket?
There's kind of small inscriptions within the on the exterior of the caskets, basically detailing a dwarven name, its heroic deeds, and kind of the lineage that preceded before it.
Okay. Anyone want to find out if anything in here is magical still? I'll take that as a no. Unless someone's mic is off. Because that's been known to happen.
I don't do magical. I can tell if it's a son of a bitch or not, but I don't do magical.
That's only if
I mean, I can find that part out too.
I mean, I can do an arcana, but...
We also do have a pocket Kibble.
I think we should probably move on. And be aware that there are very big things in front of us.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Can I roll an
which,
arcana to try and get more detail on it?
Wouldn't really be arcane, considering all you have is a footprint.
Oh.
I just meant could if talking in actual game mechanics terms, can anyone cast detect magic to see if anything in here is going on if they want to? Or do we just want to move on? And speaking of big things in front of you, I'll take point.
I misunderstood you. I thought you meant you thought there was magic in the footprint. I don't know why that was my thought.
I mean, they came in here. I mean, they came in here looking for magical stuff. What was that note they left us when they tried to ambush us?
Because
I don't
be
think
more specific. People talk a lot of trash when they ambush us.
Eddie, divine sense.
They specifically left us
Currently
note.
nothing in the area.
Okay. No, but they left us a little taunting thing in the skull because they're villains, so they have to monologue. And then we got attacked. It's just that the text of that never ended up in Discord or...
Yep,
anything.
so that said, we found your little hiding space. Soon we'll have the one that... soon we will find the one you have in the Crypt of the Fallen Heroes. Enjoy the company.
Which is presumably this room. So, do we... with that investigation check that Misaki got, did we notice any things out of place, secret doors?
No secret doors. Mostly what's out of place are 3 caskets and 3 bodies.
Okay. All right. Don't know why I'm hearing a walkie-talkie. We could possibly move on to another room that might be similar to this.
Well, if we think about the one that they found in the armory, and remember the first note that we found,
right? There was something about it being in the
bowls of the Hall of Knowledge,
right? So,
and only the master sages of the hall know where it can be found,
right?
So, and the armory drop was for next steps,
right? And they said, well, I mean, clearly they seem to know that it would be in the Hall of Fallen Heroes, unless they lied.
Well, I mean, steps. I'm wondering if they're playing on the word again, and there's double meaning on the end of that statement for next steps.
Aha!
We could also be looking for staircases.
It's an elaborate ruse.
Always. But I don't think there's anything else to do in this room, so we should be moving on.
Okay, then let's not disturb the weapons and make them angry again.
I'm fine with not angering things.
Okay.
Unless you can control them.
Since when, Draho?
I've been mending caskets while they've been talking.
Okay. So in that amount of time, you'd be able to get the dwarves back into their caskets and those fixed back up.
Probably not put back in the wall, though.
No, probably not.
And then it falls apart again.
Oh no, the glue didn't hold.
The magic glue. All right.
Moving down the next stairwell?
Yep.
All right. Much like the last room, this stairwell opens up into another chamber filled with stone caskets. 2 smaller and 3 much larger and more ornate. Only one tomb in this room has been cracked open. The remains pulled from it are discarded nearby. 2 exits are available from this room. One that seems to be slanting upwards, and the other is a stairwell spiraling further down. A third, what looks to be a primary entrance into this area, looks to be little more than a crumbled tunnel filled with rocks and dirt.
Is it filled, or is it only mostly filled?
Nope, this one is mostly filled.
There's a big difference between mostly filled and all filled. Please, open his mouth. Now, mostly filled is slightly open.
Not happy with the fact that there seems to be footprints going in the same direction we are that are bigger than us, or almost as big as us.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of excited about that. But speaking of giant footprints going in a direction, can we determine which exit they took?
Yes, I was about to ask where the dust was settled.
Yep, so again, not really dust in this room, but heavily into the tracks. Go ahead and roll me investigation as well.
Is this investigation? Can it substitute survival?
For the tracks, yes.
Okay, it's a 10. My dice are not doing so good so far. Saving it for combat.
All right. So between you and Misagi, yes, the large footprints are headed towards the spiraling stairwell down. Draho, as you're kind of rummaging through the room, you peek into one of the tombs, that one that's cracked open, and you find a small leather pouch that's hidden inside. It's tucked way back in the casket. Do you reach in?
Yeah, I'm going to reach in and grab it because I have not learned my lesson.
All right.
Or do you have Kibble mage hand it? Because that's what that's for.
No, this is one of those things where I'm just sort of pretending to help, but I'm not really helping. I see it in passing, so I grab it.
Okay, you're committing to this, which is fine. I'll just remind you need both hands to shoot a bow, but go on.
So you reach in and you find it in kind of a little cubbyhole space that's been tucked up under the lid. You just happened to see that particular angle while you were staring down your nose at some of the other characters.
Yeah.
Do you open the pouch?
I will open the pouch.
All right. Within the pouch is a roll of leather showing an old map of the area surrounding Ravens Bluff. An X marks a spot to the northeast of the city on a small hillside. And additionally, there's a bit of dwarven writing on the back.
Okay, I'm gonna get a good look at it. Then I'm gonna say, I found a map in the coffin in a bag. Anyone want to look at this?
I'll look at it.
So the Dwarvish writing reads, "The courier has left the location with Landil Stonefist. Stonefist resides outside the city above ground. The map will lead you to him. His family has a personal mission to see the safety of the stone. Only with the help of the Stonefist clan will we recover the artifact."
I read that out loud to everyone.
That sounds like something other than what we're doing.
Sounds like, aren't we supposed to be looking for dragon stones?
Underneath your feet. The stone kind of shifts around you, and a portion of the room seems to be cracking. Dust and rubble fall kind of in scattered chunks around you. And as quickly as the rumble comes, it likewise fades.
Purple worms again.
You said that was below us?
Basically beneath your feet, yes.
So like if that Sparrow Staircase opened a room right below us and somebody was tearing shit up down there?
Potentially.
Yeah, something's happening down there. Anyone else want to go?
Yeah, give me the map back. I'll add it to my other documents folder.
Okay.
We'll deal with that when we're back up on the surface.
Okay.
So heading down then?
Yep.
Yeah, do we want to agree upon maybe to count to 10 before we start to walk?
I mean, personally, I think we should ignore it, lock this up, and call the mission over, but I know that's not an option.
Okay, well, heading down then.
All right. As you head down, a heavy smell of festering rot assails you. The tunnel twists and turns right in a cacophony of illogical shifts up and down, left, right, sometimes winding back in on itself for hundreds of yards, then shifting suddenly back the other way. Finally, it opens into a small cavernous space. The rot hangs heavy in the air. Against the far wall, you can make out a purple worm splayed out. Its innards are exposed, and much of what was there has fallen out onto the floor.
Told you it was a purple worm.
Hang on. Does this look like this just happened, or has it been here?
Definitely been here a while. That rot is extensive.
So, okay.
Do you see any other bodies?
Not in here, no.
Okay.
All right. I'm assuming there's some blood and gore all over the place.
Yep.
Are there tracks in said blood and gore?
There are.
Are they very large, and that's why I didn't need to roll?
There are. Most of the dirt seems to be packed with either a variety of smaller footprints, but there are definitely that set of at least 4 large.
Okay. Follow-up question. Does the purple worm corpse seem to have any bites taken out of it?
It does not.
Okay.
I was just about to ask, what can I roll to determine how it died?
I don't know if I don't know if that makes it more or less comforting.
Medicine?
Yep.
Whatever came in here didn't try to eat its corpse.
It was definitely rended open by some form of probably brown dragon.
Yeah, so with my natural one, add a +1, I'm going to walk up to it, look really hard at it, scratch my chin, step around a few times, do a couple of really long strides back and forth while scratching my chin and pondering, and go, that's it.
This
was a brown dragon.
Was this a medicine check?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
13.
Okay. It looks like mostly blunt force trauma.
Oh, I know what that looks like.
Yep. There are several scorch marks as well as kind of sizzle cracking points.
So how we would deal with this. Got it. Okay.
All right, well, like I said, a brown dragon. They do all of that stuff to corpses.
Well,
additionally, that medicine check will remind you that oftentimes within purple worms, they as they burrow through the earth, they tend to collect raw materials of precious metals.
Okay, well, it would take a while to try to cut this open with just a knife, so +1 great sword.
It's already cut open.
I was going to say, he always said it was flayed open.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but let's flay it more. +1 great sword. Swath!
All right. So cutting your way through it, you find about 50 pounds of raw gold ore, 25 pounds of raw silver ore, and a smattering of various gemstones that roughly their uncut value would probably be about 10,000 gold pieces.
Okay,
Nice.
so I just hold them up in front of Drowho and Kibble, have them prejudiciate them before putting them in the bag.
Okay.
Clean them good.
And in your kind of like look through the room, there is an additional kind of not really stairwell, but more of worm tunnel heading down.
Is that where the footprints went?
There are. What's that?
I said, did the tracks go to the wormhole, or did they go to the like another stairway?
Down the wormhole.
Is there another stairway?
There is not.
Okay, then I guess the wormhole it is. I was really hoping we could avoid whatever killed the
Getting
purple
science fiction up in here. No, okay. All right. Down the
Because I
wormhole.
know it's a brown dragon, and I don't want to go down that tunnel and fight a brown dragon.
Yes. Because that's what you believe, and you don't make mistakes.
Exactly. I've seen this kind of damage before. Only a brown dragon can do this to a purple worm.
He always meant to do it, whether he knew it or not. Anyway.
Next time on Sarbreen 9. That's going to be great. Okay, so heading down that particular tunnel, it's basically a 15 to 20 foot wide undulating tunnel space. The air continues to warm as you make your way down. The heat pushes to almost an uncomfortable level, but then seems to taper off with a light breeze.
Meanwhile, Kibble's there just like, this is really nice.
Yeah, you see him like open up his buttons and release a little bit of jacket space, and he's just kind of sauntering.
Just keep the boots on.
Yeah. So reaching the bottom of the stairwell, you find yourselves on a new level of the city of Sarbreen. High along the exterior wall presents you a view of much of what you can see within the level. It's a giant cavernous space. You see several tall buildings that would have stood resolute if not for massive boulders kind of having worked their way through them. Smaller buildings that look like they might have once been homes, shops, and other businesses in times past, but like the large buildings are now little more than crumbling husks that clutter and obstruct pathways through the old ruined city, save one path. Most disconcerting of all is, on that one path, in the far distance, there are a troop about 50 beings moving down that street, towards a building on the far end of the cavern. Were it not for 4 or 5 lit torches, you doubt that you'd be able to see them from this far.
All right. I say, Navarra, if you send the Raven out ahead of you, I will carry you, and you can just tell us what you see.
Navarra's not in yet.
But I can send a Raven. I can do that.
Oh, well, I'm not carrying you. I mean, I could. Screw it. I'll do it.
I was going to say, they have torches, so they clearly can't see in the dark. Let's just creep up on them.
Well, we'll do a fireman's carry.
Well, yeah, but they're how far away?
The cavern itself is almost gigantic, and the stone building on the other side looks like it might be the width of a football stadium. So you're talking like the size of a large city space.
That's why we're sending the bird.
But yeah, I can rock my bird for like a mile. So
okay. So your bird gets going out there.
Chasing here.
Most of what it's able to see, aside from the kind of shattered buildings, is that troop of beings enter that far building. And in their attempt to do so, they rip the door frame or doors from the frame. And there are these massive, probably 30-foot tall metal monstrosity doors, and just toss them to the sides. And then they walk in.
Okay. And what is the composition of this party?
You see 4 giant kind of stone-looking gargoyle-ish things with huge wings. These tower easily 15, maybe 20 foot tall.
Well, we found out what made those footprints.
Mm-hmm. There's a variety of baz, but you can't quite make out the colors from this far. A variety of drow as well. And then in with one of them, you do see the kind of familiar look of the cog shield.
All right.
Target acquired.
Located the target.
If you mention the drow, I'm going to ask, can you identify any of them?
Well, one of them is the individual that we have come to kill.
Does one have quite deliberately a whip?
No, but he has a shield with a cog on it.
That's not the one I'm talking about. We're talking about Drahos.
We're looking for a sassy female.
Mortal frenemies with benefits.
There are a lot of female drow that are going to be running around with whips. That doesn't make them special.
I've got a personal grudge to settle. That's all. I want to know if I can deal with
Are
my
there
grudge
any
at the same
female
time.
drow in the party?
There are what look to be 2.
Are they wearing obvious holy symbols?
They are not.
Does one of them look like they have the stuff on them to make an explosive trap?
I remember she had a sword. She had a sword, she had a shield, and she definitely has a
I don't know
stab.
what it takes to make an explosive trap. So how could I tell you?
Don't
call BS on that.
Don't trouble me with details. I need to know. Okay, well, clearly if
let's have a talk, because you guys are awfully obsessive about this lady. What happened?
Look, we're just wingmanning our guy. What's wrong with that?
She slapped me twice with the shield and then ran away in the middle of a fight. And then when I chased her, she proceeded to rig one explosive after another in my path.
She even went through the trouble of writing a note that says "boom" on the first one.
She's playing hard to get with Lord Draho.
I don't know. See.
She's afraid of me.
Elven mating rituals are beyond me.
Yeah, must be a noble thing. And I walk away.
Gross. A drow.
So we are outnumbered, and they have some significant firepower.
I've got to admit,
speaking of which, Starho, you have the cigar box. We might need to light them if we got them.
I've got the cigar box. I always have it on me.
Good.
As we find scrolls, they become cigars. It's just a routine.
Okay, more on that later, just as long as we know that we have it. So we're definitely not going to take this if our primary target is with a posse of about 50.
First things first. I know for a fact there is a scroll of a cigar of Misty Step in your collection.
Yeah, I was actually just going to the armory.
That particular stogie will take you places.
Yeah. Give it to Ark.
What?
Imagine being able to essentially double your ability to get into somebody's face and hit them with a hammer.
I mean, I like that, but Okay, I don't see anything particularly wrong with that, actually.
There's also one that makes a fireball happen.
Yeah. I'm trying to find them because I know we have them listed.
They're not in the party treasure, or I'd have already taken them.
No, I'm pretty sure Lord Draho has them somewhere, as he has the box.
Okay, but we know we have the box.
Inventory.
You know what's in the box, and then move on. And
I want to distribute some of these now, because I imagine if there's somebody laying traps, they've already started.
Now
I've got a wand with 2 charges of fireball. I know that much.
Okay, just
true.
Here's a question.
But my theory is spread them all out. So round 1, everybody casts fireball.
We kind of discussed this tactic before, honestly. Question for you though. Did they seem to be in a hurried pace, or were they just kind of going?
Sauntering.
They are moving with the gait of an individual who does not care.
Okay, so casual. Do you think that if we approach them, they would send the full force at us at once, or do you think he would take some with him and just keep going?
I imagine the leader is very confident. I imagine that they'll give us one shot at a diminished force, and then the next fight we have with them is going to be everything that they have left, as we will have thoroughly annoyed them.
So what you should ask yourself is, if you had one shot to fight a diminished force, would you go for it or just let it slip?
Personally, I want to know what this guy's done to us recently that justifies this.
He sided with the guy who wants to end the Earth.
Yeah, but
I look at him.
The Earth isn't really my problem.
You're one of the idiots who lives on it.
He exists. That, in and of itself,
Drow. He allied himself with Drow.
Actually, even worse than that. He allied himself with Drow and then betrayed those Drow to be even worse than Drow.
I mean, betraying Drow is just expected. Nobody friends with them for long. You got to betray them before they betray you.
He made a Drow flirt with you.
That's not what happened. That was a violent fight to the death.
Insight check.
I will say this much. When I return to Mithranor, I'm going to have a talk about changing that law about, we always have to kill Drow when we see them. Because it's really messing with my ability to run right now.
She's softening them up.
No, I mean, literally, Drow have like a permanent kill order on them.
In 10 episodes, she's going to teach him the true meaning of Christmas. Anyway, so they don't seem to know we're coming or particularly care. Let's work with that.
They know we're coming. They just don't count on us having the wherewithal to mount any type of attack that would threaten them.
I feel like we should surround them and ambush them.
Yes.
They just tore off the hinges and moorings, iron doors that I'm willing to bet you can't pick up.
First of all, watch your mouth. Second of all, it took 30 of them to do it.
Here's the thing, though.
No, there were 30 of them standing and watching. It took the big giant things to do it.
Okay, you know what? We will come to that determination later.
But here's my thing.
And
that is a testable
even if
theory.
they are only as strong as you, Ark, there are 4 of them.
Okay, and if
you are the only Ark we have. You cannot arm wrestle all of them at the same time.
Challenge accepted.
Fair.
I do have a question. We are severely outnumbered and possibly outclassed.
Yeah,
Wouldn't we try and see about luring off small groups of like 3 or 4 and fighting them quietly and then moving on to another group? Because if we can't segment them into small, easy-to-handle groups, our only option is to take them by surprise all at once. I mean, surround them and just hit them with overwhelming firepower and the element of surprise and hope they don't recover.
To be fair, what you just described is like 90% of our fights.
Yeah, but I feel like this time we should purposely do it.
I mean, if we launch a few fireballs at them, that'll certainly get what's left of them attention.
Well, I see a stealth roll from Misaki, so I'm assuming
which is damn impressive considering you're in heavy armor. I thought. Nope. Never mind. Wrong cleric type.
Large numbers of fireballs are awesome, but the Baz seem to be resistant.
Well, they're not just Baz, so we can again deal with the survivors.
But
also,
yes, laying a trap might be wisdom.
Also, the gargoyle things, I think maybe my adamantium does the thing to them, but we'll find out.
I was going to say, if they're gargoyles, I've got adamantium arrows. I'm happy to pick them off first.
We'll put gargoyles in quotations. We don't know exactly what they are.
Okay, well, I mean...
Somebody said brown dragon earlier, and that could be a thing.
There's no brown dragon yet, but don't rule it out. Keep your eye on the sky while we're in there.
Okay, so big picture. Too many of them, not enough of us. How do we deal with that? Also, I imagine we're having this conversation while walking because they are way over there.
Probably.
Okay.
Sorry, I just saw the Twitch comment. Always appeal to Drow's racism.
It is a great motivator.
So the stairwell that you guys are walking, it's literally around the cavern, and it's going to take almost a full rotation to hit the bottom. So you do have time.
Okay. 1 eternity later. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
plan double Q is no.
I mean, I think we should circle them, try and get the jump on them. If possible, get to high ground so they can't swarm us all at once. If we can get on like a second story and just surround them and fire down into them, that'd be the best case.
I mean, I did hear about this one guy who was sort of like a warrior sorcerer who had the high ground, and he won.
I'm just saying, like, if we're up high, then they have to either fly to get to us, in which case
I think
they're
the bad
spread out, or they have to run up the stairs.
Does your moral code prohibit the use of poisons?
What? No. Poison's a tried and true test of regime change.
You have a moral code, Drow? When that happened?
Yeah,
I
that's
was
my moral
taking
code.
an outside chat.
Drow is very in support of poisoning people to get ahead in life.
We do have some poison.
He is a noble.
We do. We have purple worm poison. It's particularly useful.
That only really works on the slashing and the piercing, not so much the smashing, right?
Last time I checked, he was using arrows. Lots of them.
I'm just saying it doesn't work for me so good. And hold up the hammer.
So I hand you a javelin and say, throw this first.
Oh, I've got
then
like
hit him.
literally 100 of those, so like we're good.
But you were worried about not having piercy things.
I'm just saying that in general combat it becomes diminishing returns. And maybe that's not with the poisoning yet, because I think that only lasts a minute.
There is another strategy.
Throw you at them, and while they're beating on you, we take them from behind?
It isn't going to cover a large area, but if we strategically use it, I've got about 6 good bottles of lamp oil on me.
I like this plan. I'm happy to be a part of it.
And we've got the fireball wand and cigars.
I might be the delivery mechanism for this too, and I'm okay with that.
I'm wondering if
maybe I should be the delivery mechanism for that.
I'm just saying that I run in, smash the oil everywhere, someone launches it, then I tuck and roll, and then we fight.
I just meant like if we find the big targets and just hit them with it, and then hit them with a fireball afterward, they'll stay on fire.
I mean, I suppose they're in a big building, so we can't just drop the building on them.
I mean, I could do that honestly. If we decide to lure them back strategically, I could topple a building on them.
But that's a lot of noise, and that would give away the whole ambush.
Right, but the point is, we've already ambushed them. Look, they're moving as a unit, so once we start attacking, they're all going to know, regardless of how we do it.
Well, that's my contribution. I have that, and I have 2 sets of caltrops on me.
He's carrying Legos, ladies and gentlemen.
Those would be +2 caltrops if they're Legos.
I also have 4 vials of acid because I come prepared.
Look, if I wanted to have a vivid hallucination with Technicolors, different acid.
Yeah, I mean, we've got stuff we can just hurl at them. I mean, put it all in a big bag and just throw it and let it just shatter everywhere. A big poisonous, fiery caltrop bomb.
If we could draw them into an area where there's this sort of questionable, structure, I can knock it on them and see if that helps. If nothing else, the archers now have a new place for cover.
Does anybody know how to rig IEDs?
As a what now?
Generally, you have to ask a gynecologist for that.
I'm just saying, we have acid, oil, and caltrops. If we can somehow make them explode out from a bag in the middle of the enemies and then fireball in, That'll cause all kinds of discomfort and chaos.
I think we were just talking about how people don't know how to put those together.
I mean,
see, I remember things.
How could we cause those to explode out? I think I'm about ready to make like the purpose for an in-game Geneva Convention here soon.
No one's going to know what happened down here.
That is true. It can't be a war crime if there's no witnesses.
Also, no
it can't be a crime if there's no witnesses.
No one will notice.
Both of those statements are false. But the Geneva Convention only counts against recognized military groups. They are not.
Yeah, and we're not either.
We don't represent the government. We're just being paid by them. It's different. So I think we all agree, just in the general scope of things, whatever plan we're doing involves Fireball.
I just think we put all the chemicals and stuff we have in one big bag, and then we just make it. I wonder, these bottles and all can be easily broken if they fall on the ground, right?
Yeah, no, we've got like 200 some of them. So,
and if we remove the cap so they also spill as they go, we just got to load up a bag full of these things, throw it, and then shoot an arrow through the bag, causing it to tear open and drop all over the place. Just tons of vials of all kinds of stuff splashing everywhere.
So just so I'm keeping track here.
Wait a minute. Can't you not shoot an exploding arrow?
Define explosion.
Only twice, I think. But I
have seen you shoot an arrow that does something like an explosion because it hurts the people around it.
Oh, yeah. It is force damage.
Would that not be sufficient to do what you ask?
Force damage would shatter glass.
It would. So if we threw them all in a bag, threw the bag over them, and I shoot the bag with a force arrow, it should theoretically shatter everything and rain down on them. And the glass will rain down on them.
I mean, if we really wanted to get ridiculous, we could just line up the bottles and I could have the Raven start dropping them on people.
I am all for Operation Raven Drop. Also,
that sounds cool, but it doesn't sound as dramatic or as intimidating.
I think killing them all is pretty intimidating.
But I mean, if we're going to ambush them, we need to create maximum confusion.
While we're still discussing this, I do have a question for point of interest as we proceed, and we're still keeping track of things. Do we still see them marching, or are they like indoors or past a chamber now?
Oh, they're absolutely in the doors.
Okay.
Yeah, so they tore them off and they walked right in.
So they're in a building or in like just completely out of this city area?
They're in that far building. So it's
they're in a building.
Correct. It's roughly the size of a football field.
Interesting.
So it's essentially an arena, so we should be able to get up in the bleachers and use the high ground of the bleachers.
Here's a thought. If we go into the big open space, they can surround us.
That's why I'm saying we stay on the outskirts up tall.
Or we can cave in all the exits while they're still inside and find a choke point. They can't surround us if they can only come at us two at a time.
I still like my explosive bag falling from the sky with glass and.
I mean, we can still do that. It's just that we also want to create conditions where their numbers don't matter.
I'm not worried so much about their numbers. What I'm worried about is the undead Death Knight person that can cast Death Ray and has a whip of Pimp Tanglement that seems to have an absurd range.
Is it bad that I wanted to get with a really wide brim fuzzy hat?
That's why I wanted to get up on the high ground, so we've got as much distance between us and him as possible.
If it's a ray attack, if we can't touch him, he can't touch us. Past that, we can't have any guarantees.
Okay. Well, we could maybe do a little recon, see if there's ways where we can just handle a few of them at a time, or maybe like block off ways for them from coming at us as one solid unit.
Yeah, I guess we should put the bird to use and have the bird scout out the area we're going to be fighting, figure out where they are. I guess information will help us plan better.
Also, those big ones aren't going to be able to fit in every nook and cranny, so we can use that against them.
Yeah, I support that idea. Let's send the Raven in to get more info while I start preparing a bag bomb.
So we have a lot of potential ideas. It's just a matter of getting a view of the landscape to see how we can implement them. And if worse comes to worse, you all get behind me and I smashy smash.
So sending the Ravens closer to the hall?
Yeah,
Note to self, need to teach the Raven how to smoke a stogie.
Yeah, that'd be pretty impressive.
Also teach it to say nevermore just before it launches a fireball from the stogie, because that would be the most badass little thing. Nevermore!
So, as your Raven gets closer to that building...
One crow murder.
That the silence in that area is almost unnerving. A little more than an occasional drip of water is about all it can hear, splashing in a pool maybe far off in the distance. The structure's exterior, as it gets close, looks massive, climbing easily halfway up the cavern wall, and portions of it too have seen the destruction that's kind of plagued this entire level. The 5 stories above the first have been decimated, the exterior stairwell going up to meet those additional floors having suffered the same fate. And the main doors that once encompassed a majority of the first few levels of the building now lie tattered, broken, in a sprawling mess of metal on the floor in front of the building.
And those are the doors that we saw get torn off?
Yep.
Okay.
What does the bird see?
An excellent question. What does the bird see?
What I just said.
Can it go inside, though?
I'm certain it can go inside.
Again, I'm Fireman's carrying you.
I mean, I can walk. I don't need this.
Yeah, but if you're blind and deaf, do you really want to?
It says I share. It doesn't say I'm blind and deaf.
If you look through your familiar?
Doesn't say that.
Oh.
Because it's not a familiar. It's part of my pact bossness.
Oh. That's different then.
I can cast through it too.
Cute. Well, cast, what the hell does it see?
So, yeah, I will have it attempt to be stealthy and move inside to see more.
Okay.
Would you like to know more? Click.
So
I'm doing my part.
And as you get it close to the main entrance, it can see quite a ways into the structure. It too is just an expanse of darkness within the wall of the cavern. Easily an acre in size, dim lights dot the wall into the distance of a rectangular space. Dark granite flooring covers almost nearly every square inch of the internal first floor. So once it gets inside, it's able to see that several of the floors up are kind of available, but it has balconies and whatnot, and there are just kind of wall-to-wall bookcases in this area. Though
it's a library.
That balcony setup doesn't have any stairs going to it. There do seem to be 3 large metal spiral staircases, and each one of these are at the end of a kind of white marble pathway that's been kind of constructed within the hall. Functionally, it looks kind of like capital Y with an L in the structure of that white marble flooring. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Within that space, along each one of the far walls, there are 3 doors, all of which are currently closed, and no beings seem to be inside.
How do the books look?
For the most part, the same that you've been seeing. Mildewed, rotted, a true loss of treasure.
So I don't feel bad about them catching fire.
Yeah, I was just be like, because as much as we're talking about using area of effect fire abilities, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh no, even if it's dwarven, like Draho would be against burning books just to win a fight.
But of course, when you transcribe it, you're definitely turning it to Elvish.
As it flies around, towards the middle, there are 4 large statues and what look to be how to put it, like poles next to each statue and a velvet rope kind of cutting off that square area. As well, all of the walls are lined with tapestries where there aren't bookcases.
I'm sure that these guys are going to honor that those are restricted. Okay. And still no sign of the bad guys from the bird's perspective?
Correct.
Okay.
Can the bird go up where the staircase is destroyed? I'm sure the bird can get up there.
Absolutely. Up on each one of those balconies is basically floor-to-ceiling 2-story bookcases. And they seem to be sectioned off into other areas, though the doors there look like they've got rubble crumbling through them.
Okay. Well,
so that we can get up on the balcony at least to get the advantage on him. We just got to find a way to get past the broken staircase.
The thing is, this might not be the only section, and given how large of a force just went in there, I'm surprised we haven't seen any of them yet. So they might be going to a completely different wing of this thing, and that might be where we're supposed to go. So we could try to go to this room and hope that it's the room they're supposed to be in and set up an ambush, or we can try to figure out where they're headed and if they're having any success.
What seems like just the main entryway right there is secure and nothing's near it. We can probably move in there and get our own eyes on it and see if we can notice any details that the bird may miss.
Fair enough. I think right now is wherever they're at, if they found the thing already, they found it and we can't stop them.
At this point, I'm not worried about them finding it. I'm worried about how we're going to get the drop on them and not get dropped on.
Right. Well, we found a section they haven't been to yet. So if we can secure that, start setting up some kind of defensive or ambushy type of situation, I think that's not a bad idea.
Okay, so everyone in favor of moving to that area the Ravens already scouted and determining what to do from there?
The statues you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of them holding a bowl?
All 4.
Well, I think we know the room we're supposed to go to. Okay.
Well, yeah, then I guess we need to go there if that's the room with the bowls.
Because, I mean, if I were a bad guy and I were smart and I knew I was missing a clue, what I would probably do is...
Let the other guy solve it for you?
And then kill them. Yeah, that's what I would do.
That seems extremely underhanded.
So what if we do it wrong on purpose?
I mean, you also accused me of wanting to stab you in your sleep when we first met. You're surprised at this?
I mean, you convinced me that you weren't that bad a person.
No, I just told you that I wasn't going to stab you in your sleep. To think like your prey, you must become your prey. Here's the thing. Why don't we do it wrong on purpose? Just the first time. Just see what happens.
And then give up and leave and see if he comes to figure it out himself.
I'm just saying, if they think we don't know anything, then maybe they'll reveal themselves first or just move on or think we're idiots.
I hate to say it, but I like that idea of screw it up and then leave like, well, we tried. We can't get past it, and see if they're dumb enough to...
Actually, guys, so I have an idea. You guys set up outside. I sneak in, dig around in one of the bowls, use my sleight of hand to palm out the dragon stone that I already have, and wander out the door with it. and see if they come and take the bait.
Yeah, and we can jump. If you can get to the door, then we can jump them right outside the door.
You mean the dragon stone that they just handed us because they said it was the worst one?
That's the one.
Hey, there's Nivara.
I mean, here.
Greetings.
Yeah. Okay. Hello. You're here just in time for us to all die together.
So anyways, while you guys are all discussing this, Draho definitely shoved all of those vials of acid and oil and caltrops into a bag, tied it up good, and he is prepared to chuck it in the air and shoot it with a booming arrow.
And then you put it into the bag of holding, so that way if you get hit, it doesn't blow you up. Right?
No, this is going to be my first move in combat. I want the rain of glass and chemicals and caltrops to cause enough mass confusion that we can just sweep them.
Best of luck. So, Navarro, what you missed is we tracked down, we've got major bad guy, and then he's got some big, super huge gargoyle-looking things. We haven't confirmed or denied. We're now at stadium-looking kind of library thing, and we're trying to maybe have an ambush, but we're also thinking that we might be getting ambushed ourselves, so we don't know who's hunting who.
Okay, so we have attained big bad evil guy.
Yeah, he went in the building. He's currently not in the building, and we know that the bowls being held by the statues are there, so...
I wouldn't say he's not in the building. I say we don't see him in the building.
So we're thinking that he's waiting for us to solve the trap, and then he's going to move in and kill us.
Fair enough.
No, we saw him go into the building. We just didn't see him in the room that we have so far scouted.
Right, like
this building is huge.
Yeah.
So we're thinking we're going to set up an ambush outside the room, and Kaizen's going to pretend to figure out the trick and sneak out the door and see if we get ambushed. Or see if they ambush him so we can ambush them while they're ambushing him. And I'm going to release what is essentially a aerial IED, which will be a new weapon.
He made an alchemist pipe bomb, is what he did.
Cool. Are we at full rest?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, I guess let's YOLO this.
I mean, we've done all the planning we really can with what we have.
Just yeet the alchemist pipe bomb in there and...
Oh, look, I found the blueprints of the entire building. Now we can have a more elaborate plan.
No. This is the plan now. Do that, and then anybody that has a Stogia Fireball, use the Stogia Fireball.
And those of you who can cast Fireball naturally, have that. And if it comes down to wanting them all in one place, I will jump in there, lure them in, and you can fireball the crap out of them. I can take it.
So, heading down, going in?
Yep.
All right.
By the way, do I have to roll anything to rig up that bag since it's so simple that I'm literally just shoving loosely capped glass vials of chemicals in a bag?
You poured things into vial and put them in a bag. There's nothing very complex about that.
That's why I'm asking.
Oh, we got a map now.
That's a big map.
It's a big place.
You're a big map.
Not as big a map as SpongeBob.
I don't know why that's funny.
Sorry, it's been one of those days.
That is perfectly valid. I do not see a Navarra token.
That would probably be useful, wouldn't it?
Somewhat.
No, Navarra now has permanent invisibility. Let's just run with that.
Okay.
All of her different bickering patrons got so mad that they tried to hide her from each other, and now she's just invisible. It's canon.
So what is the white?
That's the white marble flooring.
Whoa, Draho, you just can't axe the tiles while they're white.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, now I see. Now that I've zoomed out,
I mean, it's established in canon that Draho is racist, so he totally can.
Oh! Check the chat.
Remember, we did use my racism as an excuse for me not to run away right now.
I've done it more than once.
Like,
there's part of me that thinks we're about to play Tetris, and I don't like it.
You are free to move your characters around. Just do so slowly.
So we have the three...
moving slowly.
Those three things on the end are essentially staircases, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And we've got the statues with the bowls and ropes in the middle.
Correct.
And this whole thing's the room.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to set ourselves up to jump him?
Well, I mean, you just need to be on the map to be able to shoot him, so just pick your spot.
I'm just saying, how are we going to set ourselves up? Because one, if I'm going to use this, I can't throw this bag that far. It's very heavy. I didn't realize how heavy this bag would get.
Do you want to give it to the guy who has to get up close and has, like more muscle in one arm than you have in your whole body?
Yeah, if you can just toss it roughly in the air around you, I'll be ready to peg it with the arrow.
Hey,
Or
Kibble,
you can throw it on the ground and I'll hit it with the arrow. I think all that really matters is it explodes when I hit it.
Right. Well, once I get a better idea where they're clustering, I can throw it into the seething masses.
Yeah, so I'll give you the bag.
Okay. Also, where is the Raven? Because they're summoned and in play.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Raven is somewhere over the door frame. No. Nobody appreciates me.
Okay. So, I guess since we're just...
Is it knocking at the chamber door?
Yes.
We already decided on a catchphrase for it. Once it
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to add a freaking Poe joke, and you all just rolled it off. I'm unappreciated unless I'm making puns against my will.
Okay, so Arc very slowly moved 5 feet. What
know.
explodes?
You were a child, and I was a child in the city by the sea.
Gently did I hear a rapping. As Drawho with his Drowchick tapping.
All right, so this is all just an open room.
It is.
With bookcases in a few places.
I assume it's solid ground that I can't mold to a small little tidy pot.
All of the kind of grayish area is granite, and the white is marble.
I keep telling you, we need to have me carry around a casket of dirt for you for these situations.
Okay, well, my first order of business.
Good job, Art. You just made Lexi very happy.
So us frontliners are very slowly moving forward. Now here's the fun thing. You don't really have to deal with potential enemies and any traps they may have set up in the past few minutes. We don't know if the dwarves put traps here.
I think I'm
I
going
made
to
the DM laugh. I don't like that.
Question, Kedro. If I go to one of these staircases, can I, like they look circular, can I possibly stand a step or two down in the staircase and have cover?
Potentially, depending on which side things are at the time.
Okay, so which staircase would give me basically I can step around a little bit and still have a view of the area that the statues are in?
Most of them, if you were 3/4 down, will give you a kind of view inwards, and it just kind of spirals around from that.
Okay, well, I want to go to that location if I don't know where that would be on the map wise.
Just pick a kind of corner of one of them.
Okay.
Everything's in your range anyway.
Like that?
Everything.
That's what I mean. I just want to get like where I can get some cover. Because I can still shoot everything I need to shoot.
Just need to carry around a table for you and just pull it out of the bag of holding and plop it down. All right. Like me and Kai seem to be like spreading out.
Remember, you've got the bag. If you don't throw it when combat starts, I will shoot it on your back.
That's fair. Anyone else want to find a place to be?
I don't know that I have an opinion on where to be yet.
Okay.
Might I suggest directly in front of Drawho?
No.
You also hear you hear three very demonic voices in your head, Drow, all going, "No!"
Just saying, it's a good place to stay.
Are you trying to hasten Levistus's claim to your stuff?
I don't know about that because somebody made that deal without telling me.
It would just get it out of the way so Drawho can start collecting new stuff.
I mean, point of order, if you die before Drawho does, he gets nothing.
But then the contract is completed and he can start over again. Okay, I would suggest that you guys at least fan out a little, because if something drops an area of effect, then you guys are all there.
All right, I'll, I guess, go over this away.
Kibble is super quiet and sneaky. I'm going to tell Kibble to go find a place that he can sort of tuck out of sight and do his best to make himself not seen until he sees an opportunity to act. Because Kibble's very good at creeping.
Is Kibble deciding to be my shoulder-mounted turret again?
No, he's just hiding behind you.
That is fair, although he's not a halfling, so technically he can't do that. And Masaki's just like, I'll heal you guys, but just whenever it starts.
You actually don't see Masaki there.
What?
Good. Masaki likes to sneak off on her own. I've given up on trying to figure it out.
Or is it just that dark?
No.
Or did somebody sneak up and gank our cleric?
There's kind of light stones, probably every 30 to 40 feet along the walls.
So yeah, pretty much the whole party can see well.
Okay. I'm just waiting for something to happen.
Oh, you guys said you've had this figured out.
We haven't figured out when things start. We're just trying to figure out how to do that. And the DM said to move slow. So when the DM says to move slow in a mysterious room, you move slow.
Now we're just waiting on Kaizen to do what he does.
I want to examine the statue that I am next to.
All right. That statue looks like, all four actually look like a dwarf in robes holding a bowl. That particular one, the bowl is kind of engraved in a variety of different axes, all of dwarven make.
Are the bowls different?
Are you going to get over 60 feet to the next one?
I can see the other one through my raven's eyes.
Yes, you can.
And how about the one in front of me?
So, where'd that go? There it is. The one that your raven is sitting on looks to have a mountain motif across it and is studded in emeralds. The one near Ark seems to have a boot and mace kind of motif going on.
Okay. I start pulling out the minis. But I put them away because I remember the plans to do it wrong.
Is the statue above where Kai is? Is that actually okay? So never mind. The green thing is moving.
It's the raven.
Yeah, that's the raven.
Okay, I did not see that there was a raven there.
Okay, and the other bowl is dressed up as what?
That one is covered in anvils with a flame top.
Okay, so does there seem to... Well, there's in the bowls. Can the raven see if the bowls have slots in them? Circular-ish.
Does not seem to be. They seem to just be empty basins.
Okay. Well... Are we sticking with what we thought we were going to do?
So, question. Is there space between the dwarf and the stone robe, can I put my hand up under its robe?
No, it's
fully
stone.
Drink first. I think this works like any the other bowls. You just put the thing in, and it magically senses it's there.
I get that, but I'm searching around the base of these and examining them.
Okay. So on the base of the one that you're next to, which that one I said was the one covered in axes, right?
Clangadins, yes.
Yep. That one has a very small kind of embossed looking ingot down at the bottom.
Does that ingot happen to closely resemble a different ingot we had?
Looks like any standard ingot.
Okay.
It's just part of the stone.
Gotcha.
Raised in kind of ingot shape.
Oh, I see. Is there a similar thing going on with this one that I'm next to?
Yep. Let's see. You were next to the boot motif?
Yeah, down left.
Yep. So that one has kind of a set of trees that look to be swayed.
Interesting. Like they're being pushed in the wind, or?
Correct.
Huh.
And the one I'm next to now?
That one has a small symbol that looks like a flame, like maybe a campfire.
And I guess the one that the Raven's sitting on has something that looks like little wavy dews?
It does.
Unbelievable! Okay.
I'm just waiting for everything to go south and me to blow you up.
Okay, so I've got this one. So let's do this in the proper order for the reference. I look at the symbol and I go, over the symbol of the trees.
Doesn't seem to have anything happen.
Kaizen, were you just implying you were the perfect being?
I had my moment. Actually, I was waiting to stand in the middle and get owned for a second, but nothing happened.
Okay.
That's because you didn't have your multi-pass.
So, to recap, bottom right corner, axes with the ingot.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom left corner was
boot and mace with the blowing over trees.
Okay. Upper left.
That was
Moradin fire.
Mm-hmm.
Moradin water.
Sorry,
Moradin
I had
water.
that should be fire.
Okay. So then upper right was Water Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, Water Mountain and Clangadin Silverbeard Earth.
Last time we had water in a mountain, Kibble had a bad day.
This puzzle seems too complex.
Well,
Are you saying we should give up and leave?
I've been saying that since we started this. You guys keep dragging me against my will.
I mean, if you want to leave by yourself, you're more than welcome to try.
Couldn't be that hard to figure out.
Oh, I think I know what the solution is. I just thought we were screwing it up on purpose first.
I assume the solution is to put the figures in each corresponding bowl, possibly. I'm assuming.
Or it gets the hose again, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if there's a dual offering or if those are clues for later on.
Might be clues for later on.
Well, if we're going to mess it up, I guess let's mess it up then.
Well, if we're having this conversation out loud, it defeats the purpose.
Well, we can't be having the conversation. We can't have the conversation with me. I'm not sitting with
going
you.
home.
Unless we're trying to make them think we're going to do it wrong on purpose, but we do it right on the first try and then we leave.
That's too many double bluffs. I'm already confused.
Somebody just do something.
Okay.
Do it right or do it wrong. Either way, Arc explodes.
So at this point, the northern door bursts open.
They're like, okay, look, we were going to wait until you solved it, but well, we're just pissed off.
Yep.
I love that we agitated him with our lack of decision. He's like, I'll do it myself.
It's totally on brand, too. That's the fun thing.
2 and 4. That means there's a 1 and a 3.
At least. Wait, why does that one say 12? Why?
See, this is where he's going to start doing stuff like, have 5 of them on the field, but label them like 12, 20, 1, and 6, and leave us wondering how many are missing.
All right. So with that, go ahead and roll initiative.
Yay!
I just gave 4 numbers instead of 5, so I'm bad at math.
Woohoo! 18 for Arc. Also, I would like to note that I am away from Draho, which means I might not necessarily be within range of the polearm of warning.
What do you mean? It's only 30 feet. It'll only tell me if somebody comes up the stairs behind me. Wait, did the polearm give me advantage on initiative or no? I forgot.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I thought so, because I realized I didn't roll that with initiative.
I already have it.
No, it was better the first time anyways.
It couldn't have been lower the second time.
It can always be lower.
Don't underestimate Draho.
Everybody in?
I don't know whose very strained laughter that is, but I appreciate it.
That was my wife.
So, looks like Arc is top of the round.
Oh, okay. So I would, of course, elect Rage.
Okay.
And using my Instinctive Pounce. New from Tasha's Guide to Everything. As it's a 5, and a 10, and a 15, and a 20. That's all bonus action.
Mm-hmm. And for the viewers at home, go ahead and read off specifically what that does.
Yes, because you might not have been here last week.
It's true. And we're giving one away.
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. It's a new optional feature for barbarians. It's not replaced anything. It's just on top of everything to make it more awesome. When you reach 3rd level... Oh, no, that's Primal Knowledge. Skipping. At 7th level, as part of the bonus action you take to enter your raid, you can move up to half your speed. Because you really, really get feisty and fighty. Okay. So I just need to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Ah, curses. I will be just shy of in range. Well, that's okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I say, how'd you do? And I throw a javelin at...
Number 4.
Yeah, we'll say number 4. Yeah.
Alrighty.
I was just wanting to pick one. And I can't do this recklessly because it's ranged attack. Okay, that's going to be 23 to hit. Sorry, 22 to hit.
Number 4. Oh, that will definitely hit.
I do not like how slowly you were saying that.
So we know their AC is at least 23. Or I mean, at least... Oh, I'm dumb. It's
21.
I'm so dumb.
It's at most 22 is what you meant.
Yes, I'm so dumb.
So, how much damage?
Because I can't add my range bonus to it either. 7.
7? All right. Your javelin goes streaking out, smacks it squarely in the chest, lets out a kind of grunt, and just furrows its brow at you.
I'm sorry, I don't think you heard me the first time. And I throw another one at him.
Okay.
It's going to be a modified 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, okay, that's decidedly better. 9 damage.
Okay.
And then I go back to my shieldy defensey.
All right. So that other javelin strikes likewise in the chest. You see it stow its weapons, reach up, pull the javelins out.
Is it going to come at me with the javelins I just threw at him?
It might.
Is it bleeding?
That is not on the right time. No, it doesn't look like it. So
I'm sorry, what?
It is not bleeding.
That's why I asked, because I think these are undeads. That was a casual way to rip 2 javelins out of your chest.
I mean, it was kind of cool. I kind of respect it.
Yeah, but not if they don't feel pain.
You know what? I'm gonna go looking.
All right, Blue Baz will engage.
A new challenger appears, and he's blue. Dabba dee dabba die.
I'm assuming 5 foot square still.
Correct.
I also
go ahead and roll dexterity. Save.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. I also couldn't help but notice, but it's Blue Baz with no number attached, so that's something. Character sheet. Where am I? I'm behind this map.
That's when he just starts naming them shades of blue, like Cobalt Baz, Azure Baz.
This episode's
Periwinkle. Periwinkle Baz.
19.
Okay. That will save. Base fire damage on that is 29. So, if I recall, half and half again because you're wearing the ring.
Because I'm raging, and because
that's the first half. Wasn't there a second that you had?
Because I succeeded on my saving throw.
Right. Yep. That'll work.
I think the other time you're thinking of is when I was inside of Kai's aura, but technically that gives me resistance again, which doesn't stack.
Yep. All right.
So I took a whole 2 extra damage from that fireball.
Mm-hmm.
So you said 29?
Yep. So total of 7.
I love being a barbarian.
That will move it to Raven's turn, who doesn't get a turn because that'll act on Kai's turn. And so moving us to the Brown Baz turn.
Wow, this it's not cooperative.
Brown Baz. See, he was right. It was a brown dragon.
Hey, Draho knows his bestiary.
Huh, that is strange.
Comes in swinging with a scimitar on the first attack. Will miss with the 21. Dagger offhand. Will miss with the 22. Baz number 2.
40.
There we go. My keyboard is not cooperating fully.
Beep. Comes in on the scimitar on the first attack. That will miss. Dagger on the second attack. 23 will miss. You're a Caesar.
Yeah, with shield.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, I built him to be the meat shield, and he is doing exactly that.
It's just weird because I'm used to barbarians having like mid-tier AC, so they get hit a lot but don't take damage.
It's because
it's weird seeing a barbarian not get hit and not
Another
take
2
damage.
swings and a miss.
It's because my muscles are so swole, and I didn't have a chance to reckless on my first turn.
22 for a miss. 17 for a miss. That brings us to Kibble's turn.
Before Kibble takes his turn, I just want to make one light reference real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what I wanted. All of you against all of me. Go on.
I'm not going to say we destroy the bag yet. I think we should save that.
I was exactly planning to do that. Kibble's got his choice of target.
I'm just letting you know emotionally I'm not about to blow you up.
What's that? I can't hear you. I'm currently tanking.
Oh, they did make some updates to this. There's now offhand and main hand corrections in here. So,
Ooh.
Spider Shortbow, will miss.
No. Even with advantage?
That is a good point.
I'm
glad you guys remember that. And that's a crit.
Nice.
Oh, that makes me happy. What's not going to make me happy is when these guys all explode.
All right. Kibble does a decent amount of damage to the blue baz. And then ducks off to the side.
Good boy.
Bringing us to our first Drow House Wizard.
Again, hand him a sock.
Steps out the door over here.
Okay.
You about to get it good. You right in my line of sight. Every time you make an action, I have to re-aim my character.
Maybe wait until it's your turn.
I want to get my arrows set up. But it's like, oh, that's a bigger threat. Let me readjust my aim.
Yeah.
Learn to AoE, bro.
My only AoE does like 2d6.
Sounds like a personal problem.
You're also going to have more attacks than any of us eventually, so.
That is true. I'm finding Arcane Archer to be enjoyable, but middle tier quality at best.
I mean, that's appropriate for Draho.
All right, Draho, make a dexterity saving throw. You see a black ray sprout from its hands, firing up at you.
I believe
I've got cover.
Not from a saving throw.
Okay, so it was dexterity save?
Yep.
Come on.
Didn't you ask your girlfriend to like?
Yeah.
22.
Save.
No, she was a gladiator, I think.
She was a gladiator.
Yeah, but just tell her to call off her homies.
She's my mortal enemy for the time being.
Oh, your
Beyonce.
pet names for each other are so cute.
So that ray hits a step next to you, and you see it just evaporate.
Oh, it's like that.
Mental note: don't get in front of that ray.
I hope he doesn't get to do that more than once today.
That
I really don't like when you laugh after I say
that.
Red Baz. Man, they really set this ambush up well.
Okay, you guys focus on everyone that I'm not fighting.
I mean, yeah, that's your problem up there.
Oh, no, this is my warm-up.
All right.
I think Kibble's the only exception.
Navara, dexterity saving throw.
Righty. I don't like that. Does Dark One's luck work on that? I don't remember if it works on saving throws.
Let's check.
Like all those dice I just saw roll.
Just remember, we all have fresh inspiration today.
That is also true. Ability check or saving throw.
Yay!
Yeah, let's go ahead and 18.
All right, that will pass. The lightning bolt passes through you, doing half of 40 damage. Or 38 damage, rather.
All right.
So 19.
Correct.
I can math.
That somebody can, because I was way off.
That brings us to the blue Baz, or rather the Baz leader.
Oh, that just means he's the first one to die. Okay. Oh, hello.
Who will come in on arc with 26 for the first hit.
About time one of you had something resembling accuracy.
And let me just double check that, because if I am correct... Yep, okay. for 8 total on the first one. Second attack is a nat 1, so he swings wild. And that brings us to Navara.
He got too proud of himself on that one hit.
It's true. He was like, haha, hit the bear man.
Everyone thinks that's a reason to celebrate. They just become my biggest target.
All right. Let's go ahead and return fire at the red baz.
But make it not fire for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Return ice. Ice is the opposite of fire. It makes sense.
I mean, I could. Do we remember how constitution-y these guys were?
I mean, that was a spellcaster, so if
the baz are reasonably constitution-y.
Yeah, so if one of them's going to have a low constitution, that's probably the closest to.
Because I can either Eldritch Blast him a bunch of times or chuck an Ice Lance at him and hope he fails his save and gets stunned.
I think Eldritch Blast. You tend to do pretty good.
Unless the field gets more saturated.
I was going to say the person you'd want to Ice Lance would be the House Wizard over there.
All right, well, let's go ahead and blast him then. I don't know why that rolled twice. But I'm assuming they both hit.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yay! So we're down to 19 for that one. Oh!
Okay. Why is it targeting me?
Stop hitting yourself.
Because you are targeted on yourself. That has been fixed.
Cool.
And cleared
We
out.
seem to target ourselves a lot.
That's so sweet.
Not a good sign.
I don't target myself. I just put myself in positions to get hurt.
Okay, so that should be... It should have 19 wounds. And then... Okay, so 10 for the first one. 11 on the second one. And then bonus action, do it again.
Okay. That will miss. That will hit.
Okay, so we know that one's above 13.
All right. Good chunk of damage. It's taken some pretty heavy hits as those black force bolts come out from your fingers. It stumbles slightly and then recovers.
All right.
Any movement?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to duck into the stairwell.
All right.
Quack.
Kaizen.
Is your mic on, Kaizen?
I think that's the pondering of, should he continue going home?
Moving, so he's obviously aware of
there was a debate, but I have a job to do. But I don't want to do that.
Drow would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
A drow? Yes.
I said Kai won't do that.
We don't care what you smell. Get your butt in there.
Into the garbage chute, flyboy.
I think we've somehow put together a solid combat strategy.
To fireball this or not to fireball this?
Not these guys, no.
Yeah, no, I think I am going to hex Red Baz.
Okay.
Ooh.
And he will take his negative on we'll say strength.
So straight back to high school for him.
With
And
the Baz
then-
Baz high with the fighting Baz.
We will Eldritch Blast.
Alrighty.
He's getting awful familiar with that spell.
There's a lot of demonic energy flying.
We'll
around
reach
here.
out and touch someone. That's the long and the short of it. I keep forgetting to fucking put
Like,
that
there's so much demonic energy going in this party. I'm starting to question if we're still the good guys.
And not all patrons are demonic.
Okay. The devil demon.
Also, my muscles are completely unaligned. They're chaotic. Smash!
Fine.
Oh, for a second I thought you meant like they're not symmetrical. I was just imagining lumpy muscle.
I do put more force on the right.
When you said not aligned, I just imagined like half your body super beefy and it's just disproportionate.
Have you seen Lady in the Water?
Have you seen Quagmire after he discovered the internet?
Why do you think I'm so angry?
That's sort of what I was imagining. I'm like, so you're just like...
No, I'm good. I'm good.
That'll hit.
Kaizan, for that attack, did you have lock?
Looks like it. Good 8 damage on him.
Oh, wait.
Made you cast through the burb.
Make that 10.
Why is it rolling it as the Raven? I do not understand.
You're probably selected on it at the top.
Because we made so many Poe jokes, it just had to get involved.
Oh. Okay. All right. So, yeah, it takes 10 points of damage.
All right.
Either way, it hit. But, you know.
It's looking pretty rough at the moment.
He just suffered a bombardment.
He did. All right. Anything additional?
No.
Okay.
That's about it.
Moving to our first Drow Gladiator.
Does this one look familiar?
Does not.
Her sister, on the other hand.
I was going to say, I've memorized that face, because I will.
It can't look familiar to me. I've killed every gladiator that's come after me.
Wait. Draho, you mean you can tell them apart?
I remember what she was wearing.
And you imagined it on the floor, right?
Alrighty.
No.
Nothing.
Ark, make a dexterity saving throw.
Only if she was dead inside it.
15.
15?
Y'all pushing the narrative that Draho don't sport.
You start to glow brightly.
Is everyone else within 20-foot square also glowing brightly by chance?
Oddly, no.
Have I been... Does it tingle, or is it just like, hi, I'm here now?
More of a hi, you're here now.
Oh, good, because I was going to reckless anyway, so they just wasted a turn.
That they did. Moves on to Drow Gladiator 2.
All according to plan.
Does Drow Gladiator 2 look familiar?
Does not.
Are you saying this because of Drow racism inherent in Draho?
Let's be honest. To you, they all look the same.
That's what I was just about to say.
That's why I was like, you can tell them apart?
Yeah, I was going to say, Draho thinks a drow is a drow is a drow.
Well,
don't put them in the lineup.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could identify Nyx out of a lineup.
So it does hit with a 24 with the first spear attack. 25
oh, look at you.
Second.
Look at you, Miss MVP over here.
And a 12 and a 10, of course, halved. That is that one. Scooting on to the Drow Bowfiend.
This looks like an identical ambush to the one we had last time, but with
a lot more space.
Only it was coming, and I don't have walls to use against them.
And there's a lot less devils this time.
That's true. There were devils in the last one.
We're still in the first round of combat. We don't know what's here.
I'm real upset with the fact I rolled like a 13 and I haven't gone yet.
Hits Kibble with the first attack.
No! Wouldn't Kibble have like full cover there?
Not quite. The statues being what they are, he's kind of peeking around the sides.
But he's so small.
He is.
How can you do this?
With a 24, pretty easily.
Stop hurting him!
Oh, Kibble.
All right. And that second one you see as it hits him, it explodes out, kind of mars the statue next to him.
Can he dodge that in an uncanny fashion?
That's a good question.
Is it the question? Is it the booming shot that I use?
Similar, yes.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it does not have a save. I'm almost positive I've never had someone save on it. It just does the 2d6 to everyone around.
Yep.
But I don't think it does the damage to the target, does it?
This one does because it's actually a poison effect.
Oh,
no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's a necrotic effect. That is that, Bow Fiend. Now on to the next.
Oh, is it the blinding shot?
Hits Kibble with the first attack.
Kibble, go prone.
Hits Kibble with the second attack.
But like on purpose, Kibble. Not because you're unconscious.
And boop.
Stop it!
Kibble's better just lay down and heal himself.
Yeah, at this point, because he's taken 71 damage.
Jesus Christ. Did he have 70 points to take?
He did.
He's got... Yeah, I don't even have that.
Drow.
Okay, yeah, so Kibble's going to have to lay on the ground and pretend to be dead while he just spends a few turns casting heal on himself.
And having a drinking problem.
Yeah.
He's going to get addicted to potions.
Why'd you target him? Should have aimed at Kaizen.
He's trying to get me to actually rage.
Kaizen, we can lose. We can't lose, Kibble.
Oh, wow.
So, Draho.
Come on, it's not like you don't have like 5 other good character ideas you can bring in.
Draho,
all right,
what are you doing?
Draho, you have some pretty nasty priority targets now.
Nope, I'm still going for the wizard. That's my priority right now.
Fine.
Because he's gonna do that evil shit again. Now, it's been a while. How do I do my attack? There it is.
Sharpshooting, I imagine?
Yes. Let me see. 16 hits.
That it does.
Sweet. 17 damage.
All right. Any bonus arcane energy on that?
Not yet.
Okay. So your arrow fires out, catches him in the hand, which takes him quite aback, and you see him rip it out from the hand. That just starts bleeding.
You should have a penalty to shooting now.
It is considered a magic arrow, though, because it's not only a magic bow, but I'm level 7 or above, so it's automatically every arrow's magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just so you're aware.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't
Like
say anything about resisting, so.
Okay, that's what I thought he meant. Like, are you adding magic to it? I'm like, it's always magic.
No, I mean like your arcane shots.
Oh, okay. Well, that missed.
Yep.
So, action surge. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Missed. Last shot.
Oh, so freaking close.
However, is anything within range to arc that?
What's the arc range to it?
Mine's melee.
I believe it's, let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it's 60, but which would mean it's that Bow Fiend 2 I could get. But,
which is just within range.
Yeah, let me double check that though, because I'm.
Hey, just within range is within range.
That is true.
100%.
Xanathar's guide to all the things. That's the seeking arrow?
Yeah, no, it's a ability you get at, I believe, 7.
A curving shot.
Curving
it is
shot.
60. It is 60.
All right.
It is 60. Okay, I thought it was.
Go for it.
So make my last attack on that one. Oh, let me adjust my targeting.
Stay on target. Almost there.
Come on, 20. Oh, hit with
Close.
a 24.
Still hits.
Something champion
nice. And that does 19 damage.
All right.
Hey.
So I put damage on both targets.
That you did. Any movement?
Yeah, I'm going to duck further behind the wall.
Okay.
Get less, make sure I'm fully covered now.
Okay. Masaki.
So did we determine that dropping a fireball on Ark wasn't something we wanted to do quite yet?
Not quite yet. Do you have a way to hit them with fire that isn't a fireball to see if they're still resistant to it, if they may or may not be undead right now?
Not all of them.
Just one. That's all I need is a test group.
Yeah, but you've got different things there.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm keeping them in one spot.
The Drow will take the fire damage.
Right.
But Brown Baz will take
the reason I'm asking is if you hit just at least one of them with fire, we can find out if they're resistant, because if they're not, I'm going to do it.
I see.
You can also hit his bag and make it explode.
Yeah, but let's maybe...
I don't want to do that to him, though.
This is why we do experiments, Draho.
Well, I don't think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the only thing I've got that'll probably reach you will be the fireball. Or a wall of fire, and I'm not going to drop a wall of fire on a square.
Okay, well then do something else, and we'll work it out.
Okay.
Why don't you just do a wall of fire and just surround them?
If it only does damage to 2 of them, it's not worth the spell slot.
Actually, yeah, I think I can shape wall of fire as a cylinder, can't I?
It has to be a continuous line, but it doesn't say it can't turn.
No, I think it does say you can make a
Yeah, you can make it continuous as long as it's continuous, but you can shape it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that if they're all resistant to fire, you're only going to damage 2 of them with what level of spell?
Yeah, wall of fire is a 4th level spell.
Right, as opposed to fireball, which is a 3rd level spell.
Correct.
Right, but what I'm saying is I just want to find out if they're resistant to fire at all before we're using, area of effect spells that are, for worse situations, but especially if they're going to also hit me.
Yep,
you know
so
what? Here's the deal. As packed in as they are, even if they are resistant to fire, you can't find a better target for a fireball spell.
That is fair. Do what you want.
Yeah, probably good to test.
I was going to say half damage on a lot of stuff is better than no damage on.
Right. Plus, I get advantage on saving throws for Dex. Yeah. So, do what you're going to do.
So I kind of appear at the top of that staircase, and I kind of look over at Ark, and I waggle a finger at him.
I grin because I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Do I get partial cover from being surrounded?
Not quite.
I think that's a justifiable.
That's a lot of 20s that you just rolled.
Yeah, evidently I must.
Oh, that was the DM rolling saves.
I was going to say, I don't remember doing that.
I was just about to say, when did it start doing a D20?
That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
So I'm going to assume that your spell save modifier is less than 22.
Yeah, right now my save DC is 15.
Woohoo! Quarter damage.
Dex DC 15.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
Okay.
All right.
I'm doing
starting
good for
in
saves.
the upper right, Blue Baz will save. Brown Baz 2 will not. Baz Leader will not. Drow Gladiator will not. Drow Gladiator 2 will. Brown Baz 1 will not. Brown Baz 4 will. And Brown Baz 3 will.
Well, depending on how this goes, I might get a lot of secondary explosions in a round or two.
Well, here comes the damage.
Bring it on.
All right.
That could have been better.
So I think I take 6.
So let's start with Blue Baz. Is resistant. So that is 26. 2 is going to be 6 on him. So Brown Baz 2 did not make it. Brown Baz are not resistant.
Yay!
So he gets the full 26. Baz leader.
And there's 3 of those, so. Oh, sorry, 4 of those.
Is resistant. Did not make it, so he'll take 13.
See, it evened out.
Drow gladiators.
See, end of day, you still did over 100 points of damage.
That's why I say, if
one
you
and two will
can't,
both take 26.
we need to come up with a name for this tactic. Just me jump in the middle, draw them in, and then you nuke.
I like to call it the bait and boom.
Baz 1 will take full.
Mwahahahahaha.
Baz 4 will take half.
Thank you guys for your
Baz
patience while
3
we calculate all this
take
damage.
half. All right, all set.
I'm guessing none of them look particularly happy.
Most of them don't look too terrible out of it. Some of them are more smoking than others. They should have worn the right jacket.
Yeah.
Are there any of them wearing a green mask?
No.
Yellow...
Misaki, any movement or bonus action?
Movement, yes.
Okay.
So how much movement to go down this step? Because you said these are metal spirals.
Yep, and they reach upwards of 2 stories. How far up were you?
Oh, I assumed I was at the top.
Okay, so that's 20 feet total.
How far is the balcony from me?
It is basically up against the wall, so it is a 10-foot jump.
Or maybe just, get behind the pillar center thingy and wait.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, I've got a pillar between me and the bow fiend behind me on the ground. But I was wondering if I don't know if I want to chance a 10-foot jump at 2 stories high.
I don't think now's the time to be fancy.
No, now's not the time to be that fancy.
But unreasonable heroics is the point of D&D.
Right, but that can happen later.
That can happen later. Yeah, not at the start. We don't want to kill the cleric from stupidity at the beginning.
I'm not telling you how to be the legendary Super Saiyan, but you need to start small and work your way up. I am starting small.
Boom!
Oh, good for you.
So, how much movement will I have once I hit the ground?
Another 2 squares.
Well, that depends. Are you going down the stairs or are you going off the side?
I really don't want to take the damage from just jumping off
I
the
love
side.
how it took you a second to figure that out.
Because if I'm doing that, I'm jumping into the balcony.
Wee! Oof.
Oh. Would the jump be athletics or acrobatics?
I think it'd be acrobatics.
Depends on how you're doing it. Are you doing parkour or are you being flourishy?
It'd probably be parkour because that would be acrobatic-y.
Yep, let's go with it.
You can do it.
And are you going down or across?
Well, I'm assuming I'm flush or slightly above the balcony.
Basically right on the same level there at the top.
Okay. So, as I don't see a dimension on this grid, I'm assuming the balcony is the edge of the map.
Let me grab my pencil right here. Boop. So we'll say that the balcony is kind of this space here.
Okay. Then I'm going to be running and jumping this way, like that.
Okay. All right. Make your roll.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Above average.
14's not bad. Yeah, you're able to make it.
Woo!
You do a slight running leap. You end up falling just short, but you grab the edge of it and are able to pull yourself back up.
And so now I'm up on the balcony.
Yep.
Hopefully I'm not staring at another, 10 or 20 drow.
Not at the moment.
Because it's 30.
Well, no, it was a compliment of 30 total. So I'm figuring, this is about, might be staring at like 10 or 20 drow.
Also, they're not drow. They're Minotaur zombies.
Oh, that's right. The giant gargoyle dragon stony looking things.
Alrighty. Anything else?
I think that's pretty much it at the moment.
Okay. No spiritual weapon brings us back to the top of the round. Ark.
All right. Time to play whack-a-mole. Okay. So, it was Baz 4 that I initially hit and didn't bleed, right?
Correct.
All right. Time to test a theory. Mace of Disruption.
Okay.
And this is going to be a reckless attack.
All right.
Not that I've ever had to announce that. But, ooh. 17?
Will hit.
Okay, good. Surprisingly low roll for me. And so that is 7 bludgeoning damage. And if it's a fiend or undead, it takes extra damage. So am I doing extra damage?
You are.
Okay, and this is radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is 2d of... Look at my notes here. 2d of 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the power of Arc compels you. It's another 5 radiant damage. And if that by chance dropped it below 25 hit points, it needs to make a saving throw. So do you need that information yet?
Not as of yet.
Okay, good. No. Let's see if this does it. Another reckless attack. Because I'm all shiny anyway. That's going to be 23 to hit.
Will hit.
Okay, so I'm going to say that one is a weapon damage. These are my radiant damage. Okay, so the weapon damage is 11 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then the radiant damage is 5.
All right. At this point, it will need that saving throw.
Okay. It's going to be a DC 15 Wisdom.
That's 10. So
destroyed.
Yep. You see its kind of internal core as you smack it twice, and the flesh rips off of it, revealing the kind of skeletal creature underneath. The core at the center of its chest begins to glow bright red, and then just fades, and it just evaporates.
Also, just for flavor, that second attack knocked it back 5 feet.
Sure.
With my bonus action, I am going to go ahead and use my beast height shifting.
Okay.
Because this is going to be the moment for that. Okay, the average, so let's say 16 temporary hit points, which I will be sure to add into the thing as soon as my keyboard decides it's cooperating.
All right. Beyond that, anything else?
I am exactly where I need to be.
All right.
I'm like, hey guys, their fiends are undead.
That brings us back to Blue Baz, whose breath weapon does recharge. Go ahead and give me a saving throw, dexterity.
Good for him. Also, I hope he hits his friends.
He's gonna. If it's a breath weapon, he does hit the drow.
Yeah, it's a cone. He's going to hit everything.
Well, he hits the 1 in front of it, and then the 2 in the next, and then the 3 in the next.
Yeah,
point being is that he's doing more damage to his friends than he is to me.
True. So
the
base
Baz and both
damage
drow
is
are getting
25.
Okay, 25. So then 12. So then 6.
All right. Baz 3 will fail that.
You said the damage was 25?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, 6.
And Baz 1 will not fail.
Oh, well, sorry. Remove 6, not make it 6. That's it.
And that is his turn. No, Raven moving on to Brown Baz 1.
I just kind of look at him and go, thanks.
He will double miss on arc.
Yes, it will. Oh, and sorry, my before we proceed any further with attacks, because I did shift, just to make the mechanics work. Beep. Okay, all good.
Okay. Brown Baz 2, also on arc. That is a 7 and an 11. That's going to miss. Brown Baz 3, still on arc, with 20 as a miss. And a 24 is a miss.
Good thing I shifted. Just for everyone watching at home who can't see my stats right now, my current armor class, mind you, I'm not wearing armor, is 25.
Let's see.
Because I have a very specific build.
That reminds me of my forged cleric dwarf.
That's exactly what you do with a forged cleric.
Kibble drops to the floor, scoots around to the other side of this so that he can be
I'm glad you said the word scoots.
Damage. And then will casually mutter a little prayer to himself.
Did he touch himself?
He did.
Does he feel better now?
A little bit.
Okay.
Moving us on to Drow Wizard.
I'm fully concealed, so...
You see him muttering a spell, and nothing happens.
I bet he's waiting for me.
Moving us over to Red Baz.
Yes. The first one to hit me. Employee of the month there. Although, to be fair, the one drow hit me more times, so she's a contender.
That is true.
Use your breath weapon, I dare you.
No, the red bass is the one that lightning bolted me.
That is true.
Yes.
Well, it can lightning bolt me all at once.
Ah, darn it. Red Baz,
Did you just skip the rest of the round?
I did.
By accident?
Let's try that again. Okay. You see 3 rays of fire come out of the Red Baz headed towards Kai.
Oh, that sounds like it scorches in an agonizing fashion.
It would if I
looks like it would have.
Yep. So Kai
Tank's
nimbly
gonna
dodges.
today.
No, he doesn't.
Moving on
He
to Baz
totally
leader.
just holds up his hand and sweeps it away.
I like to imagine you just stand there and then you give him a face like, dude, I'm not even moving.
You just do that whole thing where like you just stand there with your arms crossed, like, really?
Second attack will hit.
Oh, look at you!
Offhand just barely misses.
Oh no.
Oh, I love my character build so much.
For a total of 12.
He finally hit me, and I'm just like,
All right, that brings us back to Navarro.
All right, Navarro will pop out of the staircase and Eldritch Blast the Red Baz.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy with this combat.
A bit different from the last one, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's different when you've got the room to actually act.
Well, yeah, what's different is that they've actually done damage to me.
And bonus action, do it again.
All right.
The thing is, it's not quite an ambush when you know the ambush is coming, just not when.
Your third hit kills that Red Baz.
Sweet.
Right.
Aim for the wizard.
Oh, hey, I've got
He's
a bomb.
concentrating on magic.
I am so waiting for those things to go off, and I survive all of it.
It's too far away.
Oh, right. You're not me. I don't know why I think everyone has my range.
Well, so I moved. Let's see. Yeah, I can't get that far. So with that being the case, I will fireball. I can't because. Never mind. Is any of these guys in reach?
Am I in range of your attack?
105.
Okay,
that
I'll
absolutely is.
Shoot the last one at Baz Leader.
Okay.
I'm just saying that the bag of potentially explosive material is also within range.
True.
Easy there,
All it takes is some
kamikaze, bro.
force damage.
We've got bigger, scarier lizards to deal with.
I'm just saying there's a lot of explosions about to happen up here.
All right, I will go ahead and shoot the last one.
We know you want a
at Baz
Mandalorian.
Leader.
All right,
Patience.
go for it.
This is the way.
And miss.
Yep. All right, any
All right.
additional movement?
Back in the staircase.
No, because if I go back in the staircase, then everything's out of range again.
Okay. That'll bring us back to Kai.
So
You mean they're going toward the
You
danger?
gotta move towards, yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna just move forward so I can get closer to stuff.
Sounds good. Kai. Processing.
And I said, my, this here paladin Kai maybe smiting.
Oh no, no smiting yet.
Maybe
Patience.
smiting while he's fighting.
Bonus action to switch my hex to Drow Wizard.
Okay.
Woo!
He will take his negative on, we'll say dex checks. Because I can.
Well, he's got hit dice now.
He's got hit dice now.
Mm-hmm. HD.
Yep.
He's about to
All
die
right.
in high definition.
And then we will Eldritch Blast. There we go.
Oh,
Nope, no we won't.
All right.
They only a little crack.
you get two though.
I do?
Yeah, you're high enough level.
Yeah, those scale with character level.
Hey, at least it was 5% better.
It was twice as good.
Any additional movement?
Well, I mean, movement action, bonus action, regular action.
All set?
I don't know how I can. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Drow Gladiator comes in on Arc. Attacks with the spear. First one will miss. Let's just get advantage on that. Second one does even worse.
Even with advantage on all these attacks.
Yeah. Drow
I
Gladiator
was about
2.
to say, if that was anyone else up there, they'd be gone by now.
Terrible.
This is exactly me. Like I don't do much, but I do the one thing I do, and I do it very well.
Also misses. Drow Bowfiend.
Back Arc 2.
We'll aim at Naivara.
Well, he doesn't want to take his chances with me.
Nope. Misses on the first shot. Critically misses on the second shot.
Breaks his bowstring.
Drow Bowfiend 2. We'll go ahead and try for Arc.
Damn right he will. Go ahead, use an explosive one. See what happens.
Double twos. The updates. The updates.
Oh.
And a 19 on the second one for a miss. All right, Draho.
I feel really good.
Okay. You said I noticed that he was chanting on his turn, the wizard.
That is correct.
I have got a steel mirror. Can I creep it out the side of my cover a little bit and see if he's looking at me and still chanting and waving his hands?
He definitely still seems to be chanting.
Okay, so he's going to fire as soon as I pop my head up.
You do know his location.
Possibility.
I do know his location, so I could seeking shot him, and I wouldn't have to expose myself.
Let's hope not.
I mean, as previously mentioned,
there wouldn't be anything to see at that range anyway.
Thanks.
As he pulls out his other arrow.
You know what? I'm gonna take
bolt, dart.
His Lady Slayer arrow.
No, I'm going to take basically because I've got a lot of just random crap on me. What do I got that's big enough that it could possibly look like me if I wrapped my cloak around it and just handed it out so he blasts it instead of me?
I think that's a sleight of hand check is what you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he's going to shoot the first thing that pops up, so, you know.
So what are you doing?
Take it like a man.
Trying to avoid taking a freaking disintegrating ray to the face.
Do you want to hold your action until his turn passes?
It's only 26 plus 40.
That's what I was just about to ask, actually, is it possible for me to wait until he stops focusing on me and then fire on him?
He either has to cast the spell his next turn or lose it, so...
I know that. That's what I was asking. Is it possible for me to do that?
Yeah, if you want to hold action, what's your held action?
Held action is as soon as he either releases the spell somewhere or stops chanting or stops targeting at me, I'm going to pop out and just shoot him with 2 good arrows to the face.
Okay.
Or thereabouts.
All right. That'll then bring us to Misaki.
That's why I got the mirror, so I could see if people were targeting me when I'm cowering.
Okay.
Going all Rambo on him.
I was hoping I had an extra hat in my inventory so I could just, toss a hat up.
Also up in the balcony. Oh, I'm a little jealous of that one baz that blew up. Really? Why? He doesn't have to see us in this fight. A little bit of Muppet humor.
I ate an entire bag of M&Ms so far.
Okay. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yes.
And
spiritual
plot
weapons
it
we got
anywhere
now.
within 30 feet that you like.
Right in
60
front of
feet.
Right in front of the that's what the
yeah, he's going to do that. So it's going to hit him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pull my bow and shoot the freaking wizard.
Alrighty.
got a lot of bows flying around this one.
There's range for it.
All right. So there you go. That goes there.
Meanwhile, I've got all the melee fighters locked up. We're just having a happy old stabby party over here.
It's 145 feet from one wall to the other. So any
on the map
can do the job.
It's on the map. You have sharpshooter and a longbow.
No, I just meant any longbow has within range on this map.
I don't know
Everything
why
your
that
short
was
range.
with advantage.
It doesn't matter. Your first attack hit.
But can it be a critical?
Not a critical, but max damage.
That's almost as good.
And then
Oh, I see what happened. Okay.
no,
That's what I get for being too excited and not paying attention.
there we go. And then for the bow shot.
Sadly, a miss. Goes
Okay.
flying wide. You still continue to see him casting. With that being the end of the turn, he will go ahead and release his spell.
Where's he releasing it? Nowhere, because he doesn't have a target?
No, he's still got line of sight on multiple people. Arc, dexterity save.
And row. 21.
That will save. You see a good chunk of that flooring just to your northwest just disintegrate.
Dude.
And that's why he didn't pop up.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Draho, go ahead and take your held action.
I was going to say, let me pop off a couple rounds on his face.
I'll save this conversation for later, but I did a little bit of investigating onto whether or not I'd be hit by one of those, and I found an interesting fact about it.
Nice.
Oh, natural 20.
Do you want to make that interesting with extra dice?
Yeah, I was actually going to say, because I've got the crit, I'm also going to hit him with the thorn attack.
Okay.
Because it's might as well use the bonus dice.
But you get
Keen footage. Roll it.
That's what you get for trying to remodel.
That is 21 on my bow alone.
Okay.
And then it's 4d6. Did I not? I did not roll that, did I?
Nope.
No, you just dropped it.
I mean, it was a 6, so do you want to keep it?
Then that's 13, what I believe is poison, and then it's slashing if he walks without removing it,
Okay.
which is an action.
He is not looking good. That bow shot, as it hits him and then springs out into all of those vines, basically rips a chunk of the pectoral muscle off of him. And you can see that gash just bleeding down his robes.
I mean, he's a wizard. He doesn't have much pectoral muscle to tear.
Yeah,
He's
what little there is.
I'm sure he regrets not being undead. Wait, I get 2 shots, don't I? I get a full attack, don't I?
Yeah, he does.
Yep, go for it.
Don't take this away from me. I might get another critical.
Let him have his moment.
Still a
20
hit.
still hits. Goodbye, Wizard Fran. 20.
Friend is a
Damn.
Maximum damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Anything on top of that?
He's at heavy. I want to save my last shot in case I need it.
I say wait, maybe use it to shoot me and then hit everyone around him if you can hit me.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on my next magic shot because I don't want to.
All right.
But then I'm going to, of course, cover behind my pillar again and pop up my mirror to see if he's aiming at me again.
Okay. Top of the round, Arc.
Okay, which of the brown baz around me, because we've established those ones take extra damage, seems the most hurt?
Baz 1 and Baz 3 look about the same. Baz 2 looks a little bit better.
Okay, well, we'll go with Baz number 1. Like this. Natural 20.
All right.
Oh, this is going to be fun. So, if he survives, remember we'll have extra to talk about. So that is let me okay. So this is going to be the weapon damage.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be 15 weapon damage.
Okay.
And then not so great on that. 13 radiant damage. And if that brings it below 25, just let me know.
It definitely brings him below 25, but it also cores him because it dropped him entirely. So
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and, because of the interacting mechanics there, have him make a saving throw.
So 15 wisdom.
And another 11. So you see that same sort of happening. That chest begins to grow the glowing bright red, and then just disintegrates out.
They're going to start thinking that this is just something I do. And I'm okay with that. Okay, so the other one that was about as damaged as him?
Number 3.
All right, number 3. Reckless. Natural 20.
All right, do it again.
Wow. I'm not complaining, but wow. Okay.
Something's about to explode.
Wow. The thing is, they don't survive long enough to get the other effects. So that's 12 weapon damage, just the bludgeoning.
Okay.
And one level higher, and there'd be an extra die on each of these. Just getting them out of my system, apparently. Okay, right. 10. And then 15 radiant damage.
Right on the dot, so we'll go ahead and make that saving throw.
15 wisdom.
That is a 13. Core glows red, then disintegrates.
And I don't have heavy weapon master either. Or else I get a bonus action attack right now.
Yeah, give it time.
If I could, I would like to, after just one-shotting 3 of these in a row, or more or less, I would like to intimidate the Drow.
Go for it. Make a roll.
Because I think the Baz at this point are just angry.
One.
That would be what happens after that. So I go to look at them, but I think I just go.
The two Drow standing next to each other kind of look at each other curiously and then look back at you like, how are they dying? No.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
Alrighty. Any additional movement?
Nope.
Okay. Blue Baz 2 does not recharge his fire, so he will come swinging in with a long sword, short sword.
That's slightly disappointing, honestly.
Crit on the short sword for a massive 9 damage. Partially resisted.
So 4?
Yep.
Well, congrats to them. I'm still in temp HP.
All right. Brown Baz 2 comes swinging in with Scimitar Dagger. Miss. And another miss. Back to Kibble's turn.
I think the fact that they keep missing should be scary, too.
Kibble will sneak out around this way.
I would just like to note that the only successful intimidation I've ever done is against Draho.
It's fitting.
Well, that isn't something to brag about.
And
be
takes
honest.
out the wizard for you guys.
I was going to say anyone can intimidate Draho.
Then drops back
Took
down
out
to
the
the
wizard.
floor.
Good. Target the bow fiend now.
Brings us to the Baz leader. Oh, he's in an appropriate spot, so go ahead and Arc walked away. We'll come back to that. That'll be a saving throw. Navara.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and fireball the group around Arc.
All right. Saves will start at the top, work their way down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
When he gets back, he's got to make 2 saves in a row. I love it.
That looks like a good set of failures amongst them all, because I'm betting the Brown Baz does not have decent dex. No, it's got +3. So that would make him a 17.
And let's see. I'm level 8, so my spells are all 4th level now. Right?
Yep.
So that
Are we
would
doing
be
the Icelands?
9d6.
And what's your DC?
16.
Okay, so Baz 2 and Gladiator 1 will save.
What'd you throw?
Fireball, so you get a save. And another save
yeah.
on top of it.
Wait, 2 saves?
Yep. Fireball and a fire breath.
That's lame.
Okay, for whichever happened first, 19.
Okay, that'll save.
Okay, and for, I'm guessing, the fireball, 21.
All right. Fire breath. It would have duck that down to 15 on you, so go ahead and reduce that by another 8.
Okay. I think I was at 22 before you did that.
Yeah, it would have added 15 at the half mark, I believe.
All right, but then I'd be resistant, so just take 8 off, I guess.
Yep. All right. Blue as leader. Scroll back up to there. He took a total of the.
Okay, so Navire's fireball would have been 6.
12.
So even after taking the fireball, that's less than I did before it tried to recalculate. That's hilarious.
Has 2. Did save. So he'll take 12 as well.
That awkward moment when I've taken more damage from friendly fire.
It's one of those things where at this point we realize, we can do more damage with him in the middle than they can to him.
And I've told you guys on several occasions, I'm good with it.
I've got a wand with 2 fireballs, so...
Hang on to it.
Yep. One day you're going to get the Drawho backblast.
All right, that is all set. Anything else?
Nope, that's all I can do, and I just moved up to
Alrighty. Kai.
statue.
Mess up that other bow fiend.
Bonus action to switch my hex to bow fiend 2.
Okay.
And then...
And what ability check?
We'll go with strength.
Yeah, have fun making an S. Oh.
Sounds like you did have fun.
I was seeing the straight lines. I was hoping he would have trouble doing.
That
curves.
will hit the bow fiend.
Oh, that's why.
There you go.
Trying to do it and I was clicking on Kibble for a
minute. He suffered enough today.
Yeah, he took more damage in one round than most of us could take.
He's taking more damage than I have this entire fight.
Oh.
2 more on top of that for the bow fiend 2. Alrighty.
Second ult. Oh.
Another one. Oh.
That was close.
Swing and miss. All right. Anything else? Should the action, bonus action, movement, correct?
Yep.
All right.
That bow fiend has an absurd AC.
Drow Gladiator.
And I say that standing there with a 25 currently. So.
Swing and a miss on the first attack.
Look out. If they hit you with that
3 and a 4 on the second attack.
Oh, I remember what happened last time.
Gladiator 2. Also a miss.
Come on, one of you shield check me. Come on.
Nope, also a miss. Bow Fiend. Bow Fiend 1 is over on the right. All right. Yep, that's a straight line, so we'll fire off on Navarra. Shot number 1, miss with 16. Shot number 2, rolled a 2. You guys, your 20s. 2, 3, 4. One of those nights for my dice, definitely. Bow Fiend 2.
Unlike, 2 weeks ago when you were rolling 19s, 18s, and 20s.
This is true.
Yeah.
It comes and goes.
Yeah.
Firing on arc with a 3 and an 8.
At least you're consistent.
And a 10 and a 4. All right, Draho.
All right.
He's a very simple character. And I'm not talking about intelligence as a dump stat.
What? Who?
Me.
Oh, I was about to say his intelligence is good. Draho's not dumb.
No, I'm talking about Ark.
Oh, okay.
Again, he is just a wall of, go on, hit me.
Okay, let me see. Helps to not click that. Click the right thing. All right, I got my target picked. Time to
miss my target one.
And go again.
I do love that pretty much everyone that's left of the opposition has decided I'm the biggest threat.
And that misses. Is anything within 60 feet?
I believe.
No.
85, unless you're
85.
trying to fire on someone else.
Nope. I was just meant the Drow would be the closest, so.
Okay.
I can't bounce that with a bonus action, so.
Have you taken?
Yeah, that's it then. I don't have anything else.
Have you taken damage yet, Draho?
Nope. That's why I'm holding off my second wind.
Right.
All right, Misaki.
Spiritual weapons are going to swing on the Bowfiend.
Okay.
As a bonus.
Nice.
That is more than likely going to hit. Let me just double check.
I certainly hope that hits.
Well, unfortunately, it does.
For whom? Unless someone in the chat wants to interfere.
Oh.
Stop reminding them that can happen.
But they also do it to help most of the time.
That is true.
In all fairness, when they usually do it to me, it's because I'm doing something so stupid they want to see it succeed.
I just can't wait till they start doing that while we're back in the the fighting pit arena. That's going to be great.
That's where I do all my stupidest maneuvers.
Not me. And then I'm going to throw second flame at the same Bowfiend.
All right. That is a save, I believe.
Yeah, it's a dex save.
That's Bowfiend 1. Dex save. Rolls a 19.
So I think it takes, what, half?
Sacred Flame as a cantrip would be none.
Well.
Yeah.
Just double checking because I don't cast that all that much.
No, it doesn't. If it's a cantrip, it does 0 damage on save.
Cantrip saving throws are hit or miss.
There we go. All right, any movement?
Oh, do I see anybody trying to sneak up behind me on the balcony?
Not currently. The door that's behind you is filled with rubble.
Okay, well, then I'm going to hang up on the cover that I have.
What's that? John Wilkes Booth?
All right, Ark.
Since it's the brown bazes that I know take this extra damage, and there's one brown baz left.
That is true.
Going to do him first?
Yep. Okay. 14.
Oh, you make me actually check on that. That is a miss.
Okay. That's good to know. Reckless again. That's better. 25.
That'll hit.
Don't sound too disappointed now. Okay. Just 8 regular damage and then 6 radiant.
Okay.
Under 25?
It is.
15 wisdom.
That is a 14 wisdom. No, wait. That doesn't have a plus to it.
So it's a 14?
Literally looking at the brown baz, wisdom is 11. Doesn't have a plus. Where's that extra save coming from?
It's not because he's adjacent to his buddy, is he?
It's got saving throws plus 2 wisdom. That's why. Okay. Yep, that's a 16.
Okay. Crazy. One survived.
Yep.
Good for him.
Now you're upset.
I'm already raging, yes, but I also am out of attacks.
Okay. Any movement?
No, because I'm right where I want to be.
All right.
With
Blue baz
pretty flying V formation.
Does recharge.
Do it. Come on. Do I hear breathing in?
Not this time.
Damn it. I mean, darn it.
That's an advantage. 13 isn't going to do it either.
No, it won't.
Short sword. With 22 on the miss.
22 on a miss. Yes.
I am 2.
From the enemy's perspective, I'm the guy who's just like 22 misses.
23 misses, 22 misses.
They're trying so hard.
They are.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
All right, brings us to Kibble, who will fire off in the bow fiend.
Shouldn't he attack someone with an enemy next to him so he gets...
I think he sees that I've got this taken care of.
Pretty much.
He just wants to make the guy who nearly killed him go away.
Does a good chunk of damage, and then hides back here. We'll use a bonus action to actually hide. If I can find the stealth button, there it is.
Sneaky.
Okay. Brings us to Baz Leader.
I ain't scared.
Nor should you be, because that's a 24 as a miss.
Just barely, but yes.
And a pair of 3s. Naivara, you are up.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, you think it's ridiculous now? Just wait till we get to the cosmic levels. You guys are going to be so entertained.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and start Eldritch Blasting the Baz Leader.
Okay. That is a hit.
That could have been. That was almost bad.
Good 14 damage. That is a hit. 13 damage.
All right. Bonus action, run it back.
All right. Another hit. 9 damage.
4 for 4.
And a swing and a miss.
Yeah, well, inspiration, and why not?
All right.
We're about to wrap up anyway.
So
there you
that's
go.
A hit. 4 or 6 damage.
That's fair.
Minimum damage.
But as those fire out, it staggers him from behind, almost pushing him into arc. You're able to just kind of push him back off of you. You see kind of his back scales are fairly torn up from this.
Aw, you almost sank his battleship. Or would it be his Basil ship?
Ooh.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Kai.
Come on, Kai.
Okay.
I believe you can get one melee attack in today.
Okay.
He really excels when he just stands there and lets people walk into his polearm.
You're gonna get there, and then Kibble's gonna kill him.
All right. So I move, and then I Misty Step.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And then I'm going to attack.
Okay. Swing and a miss.
No inspiration that.
Okay. Still a swing and a miss.
You made it 5%
Yeah, one
worse.
Another swing and a miss.
more.
2 forced rerolls for you, it looks like. Swing and a hit. So we'll save that extra one.
All right. And then
Good chunk of damage.
he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, that is Bofine 2.
DC 19.
Boop. That is a 4 on the die, so no.
Whoa! What did you do?
Purple worm poison is 12d6. I got 2 more coming.
Yep. All right. Did that actually attach to him? It does not look like it.
Wow. For those of you watching at home, that was 31 poison damage.
Yep. So in that strike, as it taps in, you see him kind of clench and seize up. The bow drops from his hand. And then
actually, no. I jump in, I thrust. As soon as I feel it hit home, I turn my back.
All right.
And start to move away.
And
I don't even look at him.
It continues to kind of shudder. And then portions of it begin to just ooze off as it falls to his knees, drops to the floor dead.
And without him using his hands, you just see these very luminescent, radiant sunglasses just appear over his eyes. And just somewhere
actually, I have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to use thaumaturgy to do that whole thing.
Yes. There's an in-world explanation.
Brings us to Gladiator 1. Swing and a miss on the first one. Swing and a miss on the second. Gladiator 2. The shield bash actually hit.
Oh, hey, so I have to make a strength check, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And you take a total of 3 damage after it's halved.
Okay. I think this might be close. Okay. My strength check is only 28.
No, I'm afraid that does pass. I'm sorry.
It'd be funny if that didn't, because I'd immediately be like, that's not the one that hit me.
Well, I was worried there for a moment because if I got knocked prone, I'd have to spend half my movement to stand back up and stay exactly where I was going to stay anyway.
So the Bow Fiend fires 2 off on Nivara. They fly wide, and Draho, you're up.
Okay, I'm targeting that other Bow Fiend because I have the aim of an immaculate god.
Go long!
Hop around so I can actually see. And then I'm gonna hit him with the first one.
No, you're not.
Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna hit him with the second one. Yeah,
it's crit.
Actual crit, baby.
This is like that one scene in Fellowship of the Ring where Legolas fires at the orc and it just hits him square between the eyes. While he's got
almost double max damage. That's great.
Any additional
28 damage. Huh?
Throwing any additional bonus on that?
I might as well use my other thorn one because I mean, we can short rest after this and I can get it back.
I think what the DM is asking is, are you wasting any bonus on that?
No, that Bow Fiend hadn't taken a whole lot of damage as of yet.
Yeah, I know that much. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
1,
wow.
4, 3 ones for everyone at home.
So 7 extra poison damage.
He hadn't taken much damage, and he still hasn't taken much damage.
he looks pretty hurt at this point.
35.
Okay. Well, I have inspiration, so I'd like to re-roll that first attack.
Okay.
That's what your inspiration
I'm glad to see it's not just when I give you inspiration that you waste it.
Hold up. I have a lucky coin that lets me re-roll too.
Might as well.
I feel like I can finish him off. Because right now it's going to be a critical.
It will
you
almost
said something. It almost would have been until you said something.
The thing is, he didn't say it with enough like arrogance behind it.
It wasn't Draho enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true.
Okay. Well, it still was pretty good damage. And I still get my bonus action. Nothing within 60 feet other than allies. Nope.
Correct. Yep.
I can already tell it's not.
Okay.
Shoot Misaki.
Any movement?
No, I'm going to do what I do best. Tuck behind a pillar and pull out my mirror.
All right.
I think what you do best is hide behind Nivara, but...
Well, the pillar is a lot more effective than Nivara.
All right. spiritual weapon is going to swing.
Not to belittle
bonus action.
Nivara's accomplishments of blocking me from damage.
That is a miss.
I don't like archers having this much AC. No offense, Drow. I love it.
He can do that again into the Sacred Flame.
Okay.
I'll Sacred Flame again, see if he saves.
That is a 23.
Expletive.
Any movement?
Nothing around me, so no.
Okay. Back to the top of the round. Arc.
All right. Okay, well, the one Baz had the audacity to not die. He broke my streak. So, Brett's attacking him.
Your chain broke.
Something, champion fighter, but that's a 28 to hit.
Will hit.
Okay.
One of these days, someone's making a champion, and they're going to roll nothing but 19.
Oh, no, champion half-orc, and I am going to crit fish all the time. So that's 10 regular damage, and then 4 radiant damage. If he survives that, he's going to have to do that roll again.
Yep. Does pass the roll, and you see him start to immolate.
Cool. So he's still alive?
He's standing there starting to turn on fire.
Okay. Well, that has a timer to it, so second attack.
Okay.
14. That misses, I think we established.
Yes, it does.
Oh, but I can inspire myself, because that's what we're all doing, apparently. That did not help. Okay.
All right. Any movement?
No, if he's going to blow himself up, he's going to take some people with him.
Okay. Brings us to the blue Baz.
Breathe at me. Do it.
Take out your homie.
Miss with a 21. Miss with a 24.
I love when you say that.
Brings us to brown Baz 2. Miss with a 19. Miss with a 22. Brings us to Kibble.
He's about to Cyberman on me, so...
Hits the Baz leader.
He also has advantage, so do you want to make that a crit, maybe?
Wait, try. Nope, still just standard hit. Brings us to
out of ammo.
Baz leader. Yeah, he only had 25 when you first came down here.
Draho, why aren't you stalking him?
What do you mean?
Our poor Kibble is out of ammo. Now he has to get into the danger zone.
Oh,
About
Baz
time.
leader hits you.
How did he run out of ammo?
For a whole 7.
By shooting it?
Yeah.
That's how ammo works?
And a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you just...
Okay, good for
ammo.
Baz
For a
leader.
massive 9. Nivara.
I'm sorry, how much, Kendra?
A massive, mighty 9.
9.
All right. I guess we'll repeat on the Baz leader.
That is a hit.
I love how you guys are just like, that guy's going to have a bad day now.
That is enough to start him immolating.
All right. And before I forget, I'm going to take my temporary HP from killing something.
He's not technically dead.
It says it exceeds hit points.
Yeah, then it goes into the second round of hit points. Their mechanics are odd.
Fine, I'll continue nuking him.
Alrighty.
What's the first thing you notice about your enemies? The audacity.
That will hit.
I don't know why that rolled with advantage, but either one they would have hit, I think.
Yeah,
So
'cause the 14 plus a 9 is still going to hit. Good damage. Okay.
bonus action, do it again.
All right.
I realized I had, Kedro, point of order.
Mm-hmm.
I have totally been screwing myself over this entire combat because my initial attack was with a javelin.
Yep.
I haven't been adding my rage damage.
Tisk.
So every attack I've made on the brown one, who still hasn't had the decency to die, would have been 2 more damage. That means he should have taken 4 more damage.
Yep. Unfortunately, we didn't think of it. But going forward, we'll go ahead and add those.
To be fair, this fight's already won, so might as well give him one more chance to miss me.
Any movement, Nivara?
Nope. I'm good.
Kaizen.
I was so excited I forgot to be angry. You can do it.
All right, I will shift my hex to Gladiator 2.
Okay.
Strength.
Cast through the burb.
Alrighty. And then Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
There you go.
Second one's a hit. Cool.
Ooh.
For full damage. Very nice. Let's see, that's Gladiator 2. Just okay. Looking moderately wounded so far.
So yeah, hit him with the Eldritch Blast, and then I just kind of point with the Partisan.
Okay.
You're next.
Moves to Gladiator 1. Hits.
Just so.
Yep. 10 damage reduced to 5, and strength saving throw.
I just need to check something before I do that. Hey, they finally got me under half.
Yep.
Again, only 28.
All right. And with the
spear. They just shield check me and I just like meet them with my arm.
Gladiator 2, if Ark wants, may have a
oh, she's trying to run away?
Looks like it.
14.
That will miss.
Yep, thought so.
But that's the same one. That coward.
Oh, she's making this personal.
Yep.
I would like my attack of up.
And you may.
Succeed where I have failed.
It's going to be a 20 because, I mean, it's an op attack.
Close, but no.
Sadness.
Hey, re-roll that. We've got we've got a
spirit bomb it.
A floating.
That will hit.
I think she just knows that her friends are about to have an explosive temper moment.
Also true. All right, good amount of damage. And she will then chuck her spear at you.
Hold on. I'm not done.
Okay.
Where did my...
I've got some spell slots to help with spells. There you go.
Alrighty. Spear attack with an 18 miss. It flies off to the ground. Moves us to Drabovine 1.
Yeah, you threw her attack off balance when you speared her.
It's true. Fires off on Navarra. Swing and miss with the first arrow. Hits with the second. Base 8 damage, and Navarra, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
I believe in you.
Come on.
And you pass. You feel this wave of dizziness and sleepiness kind of come over you, but you power through it. Draho.
Okay. So, first, throw my first attack and miss.
Okay.
Second attack and miss.
Wow.
Yep.
Any movement?
Nope.
All right, Masaki.
What do you mean, Draho? Come up here. It's perfectly safe.
Nope. I'm good behind my pillar with my mirror.
Sorry, I didn't see a question earlier. I just answered that.
Okay.
I am going to pop shot off the boat that fleeing drow.
Okay.
I don't know why it rolled 2.
It's okay.
Yes.
Either one hit.
Either one hit, so
Neither was a crit.
wow. Wow.
It's rolling 2 because you're pointed at both the Drow Gladiator and the Bowfiend.
Oh, well,
That makes sense. Not a big problem.
we'll just deselect the Bowfiend so it doesn't do it again.
All right.
And then the spiritual weapon is going to swing on the Bowfiend again.
Okay.
And
Pew.
no, it's not.
Bowfiend definitely dodges. Top of the round. Arc.
Guys, I think they drank Gatorade during the break. All right.
Reckham.
This guy is making me mad because he, hasn't died. But that 25 to hit will rectify that.
That it will.
Okay. Oh, okay. So adding my proper weapon damage this time. Although, just given that he's been under 25 for another attack, I think this will probably just kill him. But that's going to be 13 weapon damage and 8 radiant damage. So I think he's just dead.
Nope, doesn't quite work that way with those.
Okay, but he does saving throw, right?
No. It resets the hit points.
To what?
Basically back to full. You have to get through a second full layer of him in order to stop.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
I've always hated enemies with multiple health bars.
Okay, no, that's fine. So he's not under 25 again?
Correct.
Okay. No, that's fine, because I'll be doing that to you later. So it's totally fine. We've had this guy. God freaking.
Did you not do well?
14.
Just shy.
Is he still emulating?
He is.
That first attack, No, that wouldn't make sense. No. Never mind. No, we're good.
Okay. On to Blue Baz.
Breathe at me.
Nope, not as of yet.
That was not the question.
Heavy miss. Another miss.
I'm just saying, if you breathe at me, you do some damage.
Does come to Brown Baz's turn, at which point he does explode through the immolation.
Dexterity?
Yep.
Yay.
And
now I get a natural 20.
It's a good time.
it's okay. All of them fail.
It would have been better to do that when I'm doing damage. I'm fine.
So 33 halved for you.
Okay, so 33 halved to
16.
16, and then half again to 8.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. That will destroy him. Blue Baz. The heck.
Oh, hey, guys. They finally got me looking like I've been in a fight.
You're just smoking.
I mean, if there were more of them, I would, but I'm good. I'm still good.
All right.
Might want a slight assist from Kibble.
That is that one's turn. Kibble being out of arrows will switch off.
Kibble, don't be a hero. Well, he's taking out one that won't explode on him, so that's at least tactically sound.
Crit.
Good boy.
Nice.
Critical hit. Roll them.
And offhand. That was to Baz Leader. Took a good chunk of damage from that. Moves on to Baz Leader.
Wait, Baz Leader. He isn't next to Baz Leader.
Sorry. Gladiator, rather.
Is Baz Leader still all with the immolation and the high?
He is.
Okay.
Which, it being his turn, that explodes on him.
His face explode.
Yep. Dex saving throw. And one for the Drow Gladiator as well.
Natural 20.
Again.
Very nice. That's Gladiator.
Yeah, but I'd rather do that when I'm hitting a person. I can save all I want. It matters more when I'm crushing someone's skull. It's just insane.
Oh, no. I've had games where, like, every social encounter, it's like 18, 19, 20, 20. Every combat encounter is like 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3.
This is my fourth natural 20, and all of those natural 20s were 2 in a row. So, all right, so another 8.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, I finally took the damage that Kibble took that one round.
Yep.
But total.
In that, the Drow Gladiator took all of it and immolated in and of itself.
He's a pile of ash.
Yep. So that will get rid of Baz Leader and bring us to Navara.
All right.
Dang it, Vegeta. You self-destruct.
Guess I will go ahead and return fire on the bow fiend since he had the audacity to shoot at me.
Alrighty. He does have the best music. That'll hit. Max damage. And he's down.
Nice.
Okay, now I will take my temporary hit points.
That you will.
So charisma modifier plus warlock level. So that'll be a big old 13. All right, and then I guess who's left? Blue Baz and Gladiator?
Yep.
Yep.
Go for the Gladiator.
Sure.
Greedy.
Efficient.
Blue Baz has been harassing me since round 1. I feel I have to add that personal touch.
8 damage.
And bonus action to run it back.
All right. That is a hit. 9 damage. Final attack rolls a 2, so that's a miss.
All right.
You left some for Kynan.
Any movement?
Nope.
No? All right. Kai.
Kai.
Finish him.
Do.
Might as well just aim on the Blue Baz now.
Nope, that was not what I wanted to do. I want to do that one first.
Getting ahead of yourself.
That's okay. It hits and kills it.
Yeah.
All right. Movement bonus action.
As I run the gladiator through, I let go of my partisan so it can and grab him by the head, and I pull out a dwarven axe and take the head.
Nice. Yep.
Ark looks back and sees this and just kind of, yeah. Like Jack Nicholson in, Anger Management? Just...
Y'all are barbaric.
Anything beyond that?
It's kind of my thing.
Yep. I am going to... Oh, do I waste the spell for the style points?
If you can get it back on a short rest, yes. Otherwise, no.
Then don't.
So, yeah, I'm going to start walking toward the statue of Clankaden.
Okay.
I have something for it.
Alrighty, Draho.
Okay. Miss. You know what? I'm just going to do a regular shot because I'd hit a lot more if I wasn't sharpshooting.
That is true.
Wow.
I'm watching at home. Natural one. That is what would happen.
But here's the difference. If I was sharpshooting, that would be a 6. This time I got an 11.
So you missed slightly less.
Yeah. So I'm just saying there's a lot of misses I would have hit, but I don't know. The extra 10 just... It does something to me, like it arouses me in a way I can't explain.
I was gonna say you do 0 damage when you don't hit.
Are you saying that when you do hit harder with your long shaft, you just enjoy it more?
Yes. I don't know. I'm a gambler. I'm always chasing that big score.
But you came back because you couldn't find it with the other night in that tunnel with the.
Hey, she might have been amongst the dead now.
Well, you'll have a chance to check in a moment. Anyway.
Any bonus action or movement? Take
Crickets
that as
and
a no.
serpent.
Misaki.
It's my turn.
This is when you finally hit with the bow.
Probably.
Just to upstage Draho. Suddenly everyone got real quiet.
Yeah, we're waiting to see if this guy dies before it gets to your turn.
Who gets to rob Ark of this?
Not me.
You want to start inching that spiritual weapon over just in case?
I doubt
like there's a forced reroll.
Look, none of you are
okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
Still a miss.
Still a miss. Thank you for the assist.
Hey, still missed.
Whatever D&D god is currently residing over these rolls has a great sense of dramatic tension.
And top of the round, back to Ark.
Well, just in case this guy gets any bright ideas of running away. Reckless attack.
Okay.
Okay, 23.
Will hit.
Does he take the extra radiant damage?
He does not.
That is good to know. Do you know why? Well, first of all, 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He begins immolating.
I'll push him... Oh, I will not push him closer to Kibble then. At which point, I drop the shield and mace.
Mm-hmm.
And I maul him.
All right.
27.
Will hit.
Holy crap. 19.
Okay. Good chunk.
Still alive?
He is.
Well, we'll say that was a side swing and whap him once to the right. Because I haven't got to use that feature, really. There we go.
All right. Does bring it back to his turn since he was immolating. That would cause the explosion.
Woo!
Dex save.
I might actually take this. 14.
Oh, let me actually double check.
I'll still take that damage.
Yes, you do, because it is a requirement of 15.
Okay. This won't knock me out, but...
total of 37 base damage.
At least it's, at the end.
37?
Yep.
That's exactly what he needs to KO me.
But don't you have that because it's barbarian?
But I take half.
Which leaves you at 96.
Hey, they didn't get me into triple digits. I call that a win. That and the fact that we killed them all.
All right. So with him down, combat ends.
That and the fact that we killed them all without Drawho taking a single hit.
Hey,
because he hid in the corner.
And without really dealing many hits. That's because
Kibble took all your damage for you.
But with that, we'll pick up with exploring the Hall of Knowledge next game. As always, thanks to everyone watching and everyone playing.
Yeah. Good times.